welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A good Tuesday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout, which is presented by Sentinel Storage, live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Thanks to everyone for tuning in live on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or watching on YouTube. And thanks to everyone who is listening to us wherever you get your podcasts. Today on the show, Matt Iwanyk with you here. We got Jasmine and we got YouTube Trev, who... Were you just tapping your stomach?
Yeah.
Why were you tapping your stomach there?
I was just like, I look bigger than I normally do. I was looking in the chair. I'm like, oh, geez.
Tell me about it, Tits. That's how I always feel.
Okay, I have to go into my YouTube. We should maybe get a bigger monitor so I can see a little better.
That,
Right?
I look big.
You look fine.
Maybe it's my sweater.
No, I actually know
I think
how you
it's a
feel.
little bit of a baggier sweater.
Yeah.
It is.
Like it is hanging a bit on you, so that's going to add to it.
There we go.
Right?
That's a
Gotta
little bit
fix it.
better. Okay. Yeah.
I
look fine?
Yeah, I think it's just it's a baggier sweater.
Thank you.
So that's what
I
you're
hope
going to get
so.
out of that. That's
I
all
hope
that
so.
is.
Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, how's it going? Sorry I interrupted your intro.
No,
there.
that's fine. It's just I was curious why you're tapping your stomach and stuff and trying to, playing bongos or something.
Yeah.
The EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. As I said, Canada Storage experts, more than 2 decades of helping Canadians through life's transitions. Right now, 75% off 12 weeks on 5x5 units. To learn more about that detail or finding a convenient location nearest you, check out sentinel.ca. How was your morning, Trev?
I'm not going to lie.
You were relaxing.
I fell asleep.
Good.
Where?
I
Good.
did fall asleep right on the couch there.
Oh, nice.
Probably as soon as the kind of easy trivia was done, I laid back on the couch and I was tossing in and out and I was fading. And then I fell asleep for like 5-10 minutes. And that happens. But I'm trying to obviously I was writing descriptions and whatnot, cutting up audio. But when I'm not op in the show, when I'm not actually behind the monitor, I'm just I start spacing out. And so it was actually, I don't know if that's bad, but
that happened
pass
to
out. I'm
me
sorry.
when I was training you, and that happened to me when I was training Zach.
Yeah.
Because what happens is and today you were in the full, I told you yesterday, I'd like you to not be doing anything largely. You're here as a blanket.
Yep.
Safety blanket. If Brendan needs you,
Yep.
he could just yell and you could come on in.
Exactly.
When you wake up that early though, and you were here, and then you were sitting kind of in the dark,
Yes, it was dark. I don't know why I didn't
you
turn the
get
lights
tired.
on. That
well,
didn't help
because
out.
it's early.
I
Even
kind
if you
of-
turn the lights on, you're gonna fall asleep for a little
I
bit.
didn't want to give in. I kind of wanted to have the
Absolutely, but
the
you're
lights
gonna
dark there.
You're gonna sit there, and you're not doing as much, and you're gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
And you're relaxed.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's not like a 30-minute or anything.
Did
It's
it
a little
help you?
5-minute or something.
It was a little fight. Yeah,
Did
it
you
did.
get some energy
I feel
when
a
you woke
lot better than what I did 40 minutes ago.
Maybe you
Yep.
should have done that.
And then I.
What are you saying? I'm in a bad mood or
Jazz
something.
is on Maddie's case right now.
She says I have no energy today.
I didn't say no.
I had
said
low energy.
It's a little lower than usual.
I actually 100% disagree on that. I think my energy actually is much higher, and it was more talkative than usual before the hangout.
That's crazy
I think
because
so.
I feel like your energy is, pretty normal and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But maybe because I was a little late today, so.
I
didn't
also
get a
usually
chance
am
to-
just sitting in my office when you come in and you talk to Tommy and you don't talk to me.
Well, you're busy.
Well, and so today I was actually out talking, and somehow I have less energy than when I sit in my
I guess
office
so.
and I do my work.
I went straight to Trev for this one today.
Yeah, okay. I welcome it.
So thanks for
don't
thinking
know,
I have
it's just
zero energy.
Sometimes Maddie's tone is just a little low today. Usually he's brings out the sass right away. So
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I was trying to be nice today. You made a comment, and even at one point I was like, "Oh, I could have been very mean there,"
oh yes, he could have, and I would have been mortified.
but I didn't. Although then I told you what I was gonna say, so that kind of defeats the purpose there.
Saying I have bags underneath my eyes.
Maddie can
Okay,
be
but you
savage.
set me up for that. I didn't just randomly say you have bags under your eyes.
No, that's fair.
We're not gonna get it.
Maddie can be very savage, but he's also got a heart of gold. You do, Maddie.
Let's not go fully there. Don't tell people my secrets. I'm an
Sure.
awful human being.
Yeah.
Dark, no whole heart,
No, don't listen
black
to that.
inside.
No, that's wrong.
Or the game date. What?
I can't believe I was gonna be like, no, you're not.
Dead inside.
Maddie.
Oiler game day today. So we will have a GCL Diesel Ulster pregame show later tonight, just as a reminder. Lots happening as it is a battle of a couple big teams, Washington Capitals and the Edmonton Oilers. So we will get into that on the show today. Maybe talk a little bit of the Natty. I don't know if either of you watched any of the Natty last night. No? Okay, I'll talk about the Natty. And then some NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what else you have on your
Well,
notes
we
for
have
the
like
show.
the suspension we could beat to death with because I'm sure we all have opinions on that too.
And I do have to get into the EST draft of handsome men.
Which I'm not here for. I got beef. That I'm not here the day you do the handsome man draft.
Well, you wouldn't be here if we did it.
Well, I mean,
You'd be kicked off the hangout.
I will be here for that draft.
So.
Yeah.
I kicked out the hangout.
Well, Dusty came to me last week or yesterday, and he asked me for 2 days next week. One was the Wednesday, which you would have been in, and one was the Friday. And I was like, well, we'll do it the Friday. Otherwise, I would have had to tell you we don't need you for the hangout.
Okay. Fine. I guess you guys will just draft men.
I can't
Well,
wait.
it's going to be men.
I know that.
I want a front row seat of that
But
one.
I wanted to at least include the men in your table.
As far like
Throw suggestions.
Oh, okay. I got
Some
you.
men
see
I don't
what you mean.
think the best that you have that could be replaced with other ones.
So you want to help them get a better list.
Yes, that's right.
Well, what you do is you put your services up for sale.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
That's true.
You have one of the, you try to, don't just give out your stuff for free.
Yeah.
Maybe Lieutenant Eric, go to him and be like, hey, for a price, you can have my thoughts.
This is going to be a very
Make some coin.
like every draft is pretty deep, but I don't know if there's a draft as deep as the handsome men draft. Like you can go so many ways about it, and the nasties are getting all fired up about it. I know I am as well. I've been wanting this since the day it was mentioned back in August.
That's cute.
It is very cute, and it'll be good, and I can't wait to see who gets drafted first and second. And there's no sleeper picks, but even like the last pick for everyone, I still think is going to be a solid pick. There's been some drafts where I'm like the last pick, I'm like, yikes.
And for the record, drafts are meant to be Friday vibe.
They should be.
Yeah.
I think I like
actually, we used to do them a lot on Wednesdays, which was nice.
the hump day.
Yeah, I feel like Wednesdays was a big draft day because then you could recap it the next day still, and you still have your Friday vibes. I will put this out there though. When it comes to that draft, Dusty brought it up during the show this morning. The people voting on it, though, is very important. Our audience, our Twitter following skews more men than females. So would a guy think is handsome in a guy? Does a girl think is handsome in
Very
a guy?
good point. That's
No,
very
that's-
So would your thoughts be helpful as much to the guys? Because like, yeah, you might be right with the handsome
Yeah.
with other females.
Yeah.
I think it's
But are
polar
guys going to
opposite.
think about that?
Yeah, actually, very good point.
I think guys think like the greasers can be pretty
Yes,
attractive,
this
and
is
girls are
true.
like, no, like absolutely not. Like,
Yeah.
But like men are like, oh, look at that stash, like look at his style, look at his charisma.
100%. Like
Look at-
Ovechkin. My cousin's like
Oh.
swoon over him. And I'm like, he's missing teeth. Like,
No, that's a man right there.
you know?
He should get drafted. That
It's
is
true.
a man.
It's like, look at this beauty. I'm like, okay. Like,
Mind if I
very,
do?
very true.
No, that's fair. But Ovi, yeah, see, exactly. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
There was
There's
the
lots
old
of men like
place
that.
for one point. I always thought Steve Yzerman was a good-looking dude, and then I was told he's not. And so I went around the entire office finding all the females I could. And what I learned was if a female knew he was a hockey player, they liked him. They were like, oh yeah, he's good looking.
See that?
All the people that did not know who Steve Yzerman was were like, no, this guy's not good looking at all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I
that's
didn't.
a lot
And I
to
was
it.
like, and I was kind of like hurt. And like I thought Steve Yzerman was a good looking dude,
Yeah.
but I guess he wasn't, or he isn't.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think.
Do you think
I
Steve
think
Yzerman is a good looking dude?
I think so.
I think he's handsome.
Yeah, he's handsome.
But the hockey player, that
yeah,
adds
but
a
that's
lot.
the thing.
But it's because you know then him from hockey.
that's, like,
Everyone
sprinkled
else,
into it.
I was like, do you know who this is? And they're like, no. And I went to the females across the board and like, no. And I'm like, good looking. They're like, no. And I was hurt.
Yeah.
I was hurt.
like Yager too. Like Yager's good looking. But if
I don't think a lot of people would think he's good looking.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
He's
But if
a
you didn't know,
beast.
yeah, but if you didn't know he was a beast, like it'd be flawed.
That's why Happy Gilmore says when the girl says, "I don't date golfers." He's like, "Well, good. I'm a hockey player." There you
Yeah,
go. There you
good.
go.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which is coming out on Netflix soon.
Who's the handsomest
it
man
is.
in the
Yeah.
world right now? Who are we going with?
Ooh,
Unanimous.
that's
Nasty's voice your opinion on this as well. Jazz, I'll let you have.
That's like an overwhelming question.
It is. There's so many.
Yeah, like I would need
Gorgeous
to
men.
I would need to Google and quickly like look.
Handsome man of the year 2024 went to John Krasinski.
No.
Oh, that's right. Remember Reed and Jay had this on their show.
That's so
No,
not
and apparently
a
he
good pick.
paid. If you Google this, apparently he paid. Like there's to be, it's for his image or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
I disagree.
I gotta think. Who's that? That Glenn Powell. He's moving up the ranks, very very quick.
Oh,
He's okay.
Why okay? Because
I don't know.
I'm with everyone thinks
think
he
he's
seems like
moving
the
up the ranks.
Yeah.
it guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the next Ryan Reynolds
Was
Gosling,
in the Sydney Sweeney movie. Was in
Mhm.
Twisters. Is in some football movie coming up.
That's right.
Maverick, Top Gun Maverick.
He's
is
like an
what
was
I've
it?
heard.
Seen that one?
NCAA
Yeah.
football one, right?
And everyone thinks this is good. Why are you ehing?
It's kind of dorky.
He's dorky.
Yeah.
You think he's
Interesting.
dorky? Oh gosh,
No,
brace yourself, nasties.
I don't
He's
know.
dorky. He's shredded.
He seems like he's like probably a nice guy in person.
got a
and
good
all that.
personality.
Yeah, but that's not what we're voting here.
I know.
That's
but
not what we're voting
he's
here.
a little dorky to him. So I'm not saying he's not good looking. He is a good looking guy.
Reed
But is he
Wilkins,
the best? The best right now? No.
Reed Wilkins says Chris Hemsworth.
Yes,
He's too perfect.
he is.
What?
Yeah, too perfect.
And
What do you mean he's too perfect?
You know
That
when
sounds,
he's just too perfect.
so that should make him the most handsome man.
Nope. That takes points away.
How is being too perfect taking points away?
no, that's
seems
a,
to,
that's
like,
a high
go-
pick. I forgot
That
about
seems
Chris.
to go against some
But
logic.
it's a good pick.
Yeah,
Too
like he's
perfect.
got it all.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what also
fascinated
plays a
by that.
factor that I feel like adds a lot to it? An accent, especially an Australian accent. Chris Hemsworth, he has that. Like, where does that
Yeah.
play a factor?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. The way they speak, because sometimes I can't stand a British accent.
Really?
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah,
Interesting.
or like the cowboy.
But some
Ow.
women love it.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Tannis comes in and says, I think a lot of women are liking Henry Cavill right now,
He's very
which
good
I've heard.
looking.
Oh yeah.
He's very good.
And then Jimbo, what about Austin Butler? And I feel like Austin Butler should be very high.
You know what?
I don't
There's
know.
something about him that is attractive. Like,
Austin Butler.
He's
It's
like
the
a-
Elvis stuff. Has to be.
I don't know. It's like a square jawline or something. Like he's just, I don't know.
You
he's
just looking him up?
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
Something
Why
about
don't
him
you?
is
What do you mean you
very
don't like it? Like
attractive.
you don't think he's a handsome looking man, or you just don't like
Well,
him?
no, like I don't know. I don't buy into the fact that he played a role, Elvis, and his voice was different before, and then he was like, oh, like he trained his voice, and now it's just like that permanently. I feel like he got a lot of like girls are like, oh, your voice was so good, and then he's stuck with it, and now he's, hey, I'm Austin Butler.
No,
and my voice is still like
because he's
this.
actually doing speech therapy to get away from that voice.
I know. I don't believe it. I don't buy into it. That is
Well,
no.
if you're doing something consistently for like 2 years, I could see how it becomes who you are.
I guess you know what. Now that I think of it, who's that one doctor on the TV show House? Was it
Dr. House. I watch it in my office right now.
And
I'm into
he-
Dr. House kick. Yeah,
He walked with the limp for so long that after the
the show.
he actually has a limp now, and it's just there.
Yeah,
And
because he had the
because of-
cane.
Yeah,
And he had to walk with the cane and
kept
stuff,
on
and now he
breaking the
still has a
cane.
limp because of that.
yeah. So maybe you're right.
Yeah,
Maybe you're. I just don't like that
I'm loving Dr. House again.
because if I
I always love that show, and I throw it on in my office as background TV. For
I
like the
watched
last-
it back in the day.
okay, well
That's
now
great.
I'm gonna talk like this.
Like Michael B. Jordan was some reason I
Oh, that's a
always
good pick,
I
too.
always think about him immediately. But
Michael B. Jordan is a great
me
pick.
too.
he's like athletic, good looking,
Pretty-
like
The
I don't think
broad
he's super
shoulders,
tall,
the
though.
pecs,
Yeah.
the abs.
Yeah, he's like a good build, proportionate, nice mug.
Yeah.
Rumor has it he got a chin implant though. So I don't know.
A chin,
Really?
A chin plant.
A
Chin
chin
plant.
I think so. So that kind of took it off the list a little bit, but
Yeah.
Dusty, what do either of you know? Why do either of you know so much about Austin Butler? Firstly, I'm big into. I know my pop culture. I know what's going on. And Austin Butler was, he was on Dune 2. He was great in Dune 2. And he also calls BS on the house limp thing. We'll go look it up.
Yeah. Apparently that's a thing, Dusty.
What we're
I
looking
read
up,
it on a paper.
Michael B. Jordan. I think Dusty's never commenting this much in the nasty chat. He's trying to get notes for
Yeah,
the
he is
handsome man
getting
draft. He's paying attention for that. Michael B. Jordan implants. I want implant. Like, I don't believe this.
That would
Jaw
certainly
implant.
suck.
It is a. Oh,
it's true, right?
there's an Instagram comparing two jaws,
Yeah.
but his face does get more fuller. So maybe it wasn't like maybe he just
Maybe
grew
he's-
into it.
He's got one of those things like those mouth guards you bite into, and it made his jaw bigger. Apparently, you ever see those on Instagram? The ads?
No.
Like if you want, I guess it just targets men then, because it's like if you want a good jawline, it helps with your jawline if you like bite it.
Never.
This isn't
To me,
good.
that's what he did.
Resolution, but you could see there's a difference between.
there's a
each
huge
one.
Yeah, that's what I
difference.
mean. Like I researched this a
it's
bit.
there.
And
Yeah, there is
seemed like
something.
he got one, and
Does
Hey,
that?
he's a good-looking man still.
he is a good-looking man still.
Here, I know what you're. Does that take down anything?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
here's where I'll defend. Like we didn't know.
Yeah, that's true. We're fooled.
Yeah.
a
See,
good
when
point.
you know something like or an ick, you guys know what an ick is, right?
It's
Yes.
when you see something and
Kinda just,
it
ugh.
ruins it for
Ruins
you.
everything
Yeah,
for you.
and on
Yeah.
TikTok, there's this one account that I love because there are some women out there that have like the dumbest icks.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a list of like, okay, guys, don't do this. And it's this long list, and like 3/4 of them are trash.
Like dumb things. Like
Well,
that
like it
just
was
doesn't
like
make sense.
really like the one was like Trev drinking out of that. There was somebody that might say that's an ick, him drinking out of
not
the can.
an ick.
And then this guy has this account that goes, like takes their thing and
Oh,
goes on his
yes.
notepads, scrolls, gets to like 600 drinking from can.
Yeah. There's so many things. I've seen that too. I'm just like, they're so picky, these
But what's
days.
the ick that you're gonna go with? Because you asked if we knew what
Well,
icks were.
for example, some guy could be like amazing, like he just looks so fine, and then you find out he's a super jerk, or he's super cocky,
Yeah,
or he's
that
like
brings
mean
it down.
to his mom, or like something like just ugh, bro. Like you immediately are just turned off. Like no matter
Yeah.
how gorgeous you are, it's
It'll
like,
be
no thanks.
Interesting to see the strategy if, there is a little bit of a backstory. Someone, maybe doesn't have the best history, but damn, is he good to look at?
It
Will
also-
that play a factor?
It goes to like
It's
for
very interesting.
I always said this, like don't like hockey players, don't make them your heroes. Like don't ever meet your heroes kind of thing, right? But like if I heard something bad about like an Oiler or, SGA or something like that, like I would be like that would really, if it just turned me off so much.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't like them anymore.
Yeah, I've stopped caring about my athletes in that way.
Same.
That it's just like I've been burned too many times in my life. There's now only one athlete that I still care about, and it's Usain Bolt.
Okay.
He's the last one. He's
Because
the last one. Loved him, all of that. I still believe that he never took the roids. I'll believe he's a great guy and all that. But he's the last one I cared about in that sense. I don't care anymore. My favorite athletes that I like on the field, if I find out they're POSs.
Yeah.
yeah.
I will just try and be like, yeah, I could see, like, sure.
Yeah.
I just don't want to
Sure.
know. I
Just
just
like-
don't want to know.
So I found one
Yeah.
of the TikTok accounts. So it's guy with the list, and here's the ick that they're showing, which is a guy's on a boat and his earlobe is moving. So that's apparently an ick.
Look at that.
And so now there's a list. So I'm going to try to get some of these.
Stupid.
This is on the list. So this one guy just goes through women's accounts and finds when they go the guy ick that turns them off. Here's some of them. Don't smile. Don't tie your shoes. Don't have a birthday. Don't watch football.
Oh, I see.
Don't breathe.
Yeah.
Don't breathe.
When guys breathe, it really just messes with me.
Yeah.
Don't hold a bag.
Just,
Don't climb over a fence. Don't wear swimming goggles.
What the hell kind of ick is this?
And it goes all the way to 797. And this is a guy that is
ridiculous.
just finding other people, and they're like posting like,
Yeah,
"What?
it's
This is an ick."
It's like-
and it's like, well, what are guys supposed to do?
No. An ick is
Walking
when-
downhill,
no.
sitting comfortably, standing up on a train, playing games on your phone. They're all icks.
yeah,
No,
that's tough.
an ick is when you're rude to your server. That's an ick.
Yeah,
That's
a
an
good ick.
immediately you're like, this is how this person treats people.
Yep.
That's an ick.
That is a
It
good
should be
ick.
from the inside, not
Yep.
from necessarily the outside.
Not from
Yeah. I mean,
wearing goggles swimming.
Yeah. I mean, another
my
like
God,
if you
look at
want
it.
it physical ick is like you didn't wash your shirt all week and you keep wearing the same one or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, those are good.
That's more reasonable.
Realistic
Yeah.
icks.
Here's the one. What is your biggest ick? And this girl comes on tying laces. It's actually a vile thing.
Oh
Can't think
my
of anything
gosh.
worse.
Then tying
Guys,
your
don't
shoes?
tie your laces.
Well,
It's an ick.
don't
Oh my
mind, don't
God.
mind. My shoe here. Yeah, that's tough. It's tough out there. I will say.
So
I don't know what I can and can't do.
Just let me
I can't wear my goggles in the my bathtub. Can't tie my shoes. That's
Those
ridiculous.
are clearly like outrageous. That's why it's on social media,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
yeah, but I
that's
don't know if
valid.
some of those are like some of them are going to be jokes, but some are like they're serious, and you're like, oh, that's cool. A guy shouldn't breathe because this one person has an ick. Like it's the reverse Jerry Seinfeld, like the reverse like a female to them. Because Jerry Seinfeld was known from like during the movie or show
Was
Seinfeld.
it the big hands?
Well, I was like, there was always that one thing that would turn him off.
Oh, okay.
That meant now it's going the other way. Like, what are you supposed to do? Paige does say Austin Butler, damn.
Yeah, Austin Butler is. I'm just looking at him right now. Yeah, he's pretty sexy. Dave Franco is, I think, a really good looking guy.
He's there, yeah. I can see that one.
Sneaky pick, Dave Franco.
I don't know why. I always found him so attractive.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's so smart.
Isn't it
and
the
stuff
eyes?
Too. Could be.
He's got a good smile.
Yeah, his brother's cute too, but Dave I think is cuter.
Yeah.
He's played some good roles too.
Yeah.
The roles help, like the character you play, because that's what you think of him as. That's the human that you think of him as.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dreamboat in 21 Jump Street.
Yes.
He looks really
Great
good.
movie.
He was in Neighbors.
Yeah,
He was the smart guy in Neighbors.
Yeah. Channing Tatum used to be one of my favorites. But
Neighbors is such a
Neighbors is a great movie. Great movie.
when he's pretending to be what is it, Mr. Fokker. He's like, oh, Mr. Fokker. Oh, he's got some really good impressions.
Oh yeah, the Halloween card.
Yes. I forget what. Yeah, no, that was really good. I forgot about that movie, Maddie.
That's a fun movie.
That was a really good movie.
I don't know if I've watched
so
it in full.
funny.
Neighbors 2.
It's not.
I think I've
nearly
seen
as good.
bits and pieces of it.
Neighbors 2, not
No,
nearly
it's
as good.
not as good as the first one. You know when you can like compare the first, like 21 Jump Street?
22 Jump
1 and
Street
2 are so funny.
was brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's because 22 Jump Street went into it making fun of sequels.
Yeah.
Like, and that's then like do the same thing but different. And like
This is
that was
true.
their like whole thing at the start. Like, I want the same thing but different.
Chris Pratt is really good looking. Channing Tatum, I used to have the biggest crush on him, but then I don't know, something changed. Like I just don't find him attractive.
He stopped doing movies and stuff. It
Yeah,
seems,
I don't
or
know. He
something.
shaved his head too much. I don't know. Something that I just didn't.
Been working out.
Did you like him
much,
from
maybe.
Magic Mike?
Yeah, I mean, Magic Mike wasn't
Pretty
bad, but I liked
interesting
him.
story.
I liked him before Magic. I liked him on the dance movie when he first came out.
Just Dance or to step it up.
Step Up, yeah.
Step Up,
Was it Step Up?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Step It Up, yeah.
Something like
But the
that.
number one boy that was in my bedroom poster was Paul Walker. He was my love boat.
Paul Walker was.
He was my absolute love boat. So I was devastated.
Gorgeous eyes.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Did you say gorgeous ass?
Gorgeous eyes.
Oh, I thought I heard you say gorgeous ass. I'll be fascinated. Did they know any categories yet or anything? I'm assuming there's a sports category.
I think there's a sports category. I
Who
think
would be the best looking athlete right now?
Does
Jasmine?
Yeah, such a good question. Well, CMC maybe.
Can he be retired?
Is he?
CMC was like in GQ, I think, too.
I would assume retired should count a little bit. No,
What about David Beckham?
Yeah, back in his prime, he was cute for sure.
not now. I think he's
He's
aged
very cute.
incredibly
Yeah,
well.
he is very cute. I didn't say that he's
Second
not,
that.
No.
but is he one of the like
Tom Brady's
some
looking
guy
good
that's
still.
fine?
Tom Brady's gotten finer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tom
it's
Brady
weird.
got fine. Minus his commentary. That's an ick.
His
Wake
first.
the hell up, bud. Have a coffee while you're
He's
talking.
a Super Bowl color guy.
He's just very like I get he's knowledgeable, but man, your monotone is snooze fast.
Yeah.
bro.
Big U, Leon. I do think
Yeah,
Leon is
Leon's
a
a
very
snack.
good looking man.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
He's the
Damn.
best looking Oiler.
He is the best looking
Hands
Oiler.
down.
Yeah.
I don't think
got
it's
the
close.
hair.
But it's like here's the thing about Leon. He's also like, in my opinion,
Got the swagger.
he's also so good looking that it's like, yeah, you're very like, clearly you know you're good looking. You're a good looking guy. Like, and I don't like that either.
What
It's
when
like
they know they're
Hemsworth,
good
the same
looking?
thing. Like you're very good looking. We know.
Yeah, we get it.
We get it.
Yeah, I get
You
that.
know, we know. Everybody knows. So then that kind of takes points away.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know how that
You know
works.
you're good looking.
Well, so they're supposed to like lie and pretend that they're not good looking.
Kind of, yeah. It humbles them, right?
Oh, but now
Yeah.
you're being fake.
What?
If you act like you're not, like if you're good looking, you know you're good looking. You're good looking. Like to try to be like, oh, I'm not that good looking. Now you're being fake. Now you're being fake.
I don't
a
know.
good point.
Nasties, what do you think about that? Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that?
I do like Leon's attitude that comes out when he's pissed off and he gets that question that
Yeah,
he's,
the pissy?
he's not
Yeah.
afraid to like. There's a lot of people that will just accept it, or
That's hot too.
but he goes and he pushes back a little bit, and I like that about him. I'm a
pissy
big
like-
that
Leon
he
fan.
keeps it real. That's hot.
Yeah, pissy Leon.
Yeah.
He turns me on.
And he like
I'm not gonna
loves
lie.
his girlfriend so much. I don't know. Like I really, or his fiance now. Something about that is just so real on its own. It's not fake. A lot of, you see social media and stuff, kind of see the fakeness. Whatever. Kind of. I won't get into this today, but I feel like it's so genuine. Like his love for his
It is
girl.
very genuine.
Yeah, and I think that's really beautiful too.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
No.
No.
Ugh.
Why?
Please.
Yes.
Please put some more baby oil on your body.
Oh, he
God.
looks good though. He's shredded.
He's great shape. It's
Neymar
not for me.
Neymar is pretty handsome. Neymar's okay.
Neymar.
I think I know who Neymar is.
He's very attractive.
I'm just trying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Like, this is deep.
Yeah, Neymar's-
This is deep.
Yeah, I do.
Like, well, and
he's not
it
bad.
depends how many you go. Like, the retirement, like Derek Jeter, where does he draw into this?
Good question.
Does Cheech draw into this?
So there's also there's a scale, everybody. It's 1 to 10, and everybody kind of has to go from a 5. So then you have to, because 5 is an average person, right? So
Sure.
you have to. So Jeter's definitely above average. That's all. That's how you gotta.
Jeter?
Yeah.
You don't think he's higher than above average?
No, I guess so. He's tall. He's nice size. Great skin. Plays baseball. Like, yeah, he's a 7 maybe.
Here's the one thing I will also say. So I'm not going to use perfect examples, but there are some, like, which one, like we said, Beckham, now or older. I think to be good enough in this handsome draft, you have to be handsome no matter what age.
Like
almost.
George Clooney is still very handsome.
It's one of the, if you are handsome,
Yes.
it doesn't matter how your hair almost looks or whatever it is, you could pull anything off. You
Yep.
are handsome.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
And I think that, and so if you go, well, when they look like this, like if we went to different, I'm trying to think of a celeb that maybe
Someone
had
who's
big
maybe-
changes in their looks, but
Maybe he's fallen out.
it's one where it's like, okay, if you thought, oh no, I like the older version, not what they look like now, then it's like, well, are they really that handsome?
Yeah. Do they fall into that category? And I don't think it's fair to say this person when they were this age, like they have to be right now. I don't think you can do that. That does not qualify.
I think so. It's like it's their life basically as an
Yeah.
adult.
Yep.
Did they look handsome? Have they
Throughout,
been
through and through.
for the most part? Yeah, like
I agree.
some age, like Paul Rudd has aged incredibly well.
Incredible.
But that's not to say he
Almost
wasn't
60.
good looking
Yeah.
when he was younger.
Yeah.
He's just aged so well. I don't think that goes away against it. But if you go like, well, but when they have this type of hair, they didn't look good.
Yeah.
But when they're in this hair, they look good. Well, then to me, that knocks that.
It's like, you
Are
gotta
they
be
really
through
then
and through
part of the
everything.
most handsome ever?
Yeah. No, they shouldn't qualify.
That's the difference.
Shouldn't be on the list.
So
And if they are, you will get docked.
I'll be intrigued. Big
Potentially
Maple,
relegated.
where does William Hung go in the draft? I would have to
You
say pretty
would.
high. Big Uke. It is hard for us really attractive people to pretend we aren't, but it's the life we live.
so cute. I know. And like on top of the audacity, I feel like for me to even say anything. Like, oh, this is a skill. Like,
Yeah,
you
be
know.
touchy.
That'll be a fun draft.
yeah.
I will look forward to that next Friday.
Bringing
The handsome
popcorn.
man draft. I'm assuming it's the original 4: Jay, Tommy, Dusty, Eric.
Yep.
I believe. So we'll see if anyone gets relegated. We'll see if the commission comes in and makes changes to relegation and all of that.
10%. They were pondered that question. If you don't get above 10% on the voting, you're relegated.
That's
And
what it
before
always
It
was.
was 15. I think it was 15.
No, then they want to go from 10 to 15.
No, I
'Cause
think
that makes it
they're going
harder.
15 to 10.
That makes it harder.
I know.
So I think it was the opposite. I think it was 10%.
Well, we're still a little bit looking
Yeah,
at the
I'm
rules.
pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was 10%. And then if you raise it up to
Maybe that's
15, you
what
have
it
a
was.
better chance of having more relegation.
Yeah, which I'm for. I'm so for.
I'm not.
Oh, because you're the one going
I'd
in?
have to be the first one in, unless the commission. Like I got to convince the commission. Like, don't go with me because now there's so many of you. You want to be in. Reed wants to be in.
I don't know if I want to be in.
You've wanted to be in.
But then I was in and I didn't do the best.
Yeah, but you didn't get a prep for it.
That's fair. Have you ever been in a draft before, Matty?
I've done drafts in the past.
And?
The old place. I got robbed in one of them. I stand by it. It was a fictional movie football character draft.
Oh.
And I believe my football team was way better than anyone else's.
And did you get relegated?
There was no relegation at the time.
okay.
How it used to happen at the old place was it'd be Dustin and Eric were always there, but they would find 2 people to come do their drafts for them. And we would have Huss come on, and Yukon Jack was on, and Hernan's been on. And did Tyler Remchuk ever do one? I don't know if he did. And JMO's done one, so like it would rotate, and we'd Tommy and stuff. And then when we came here, there wasn't a lot of people, so
kinda
it like
just-
defaulted. Like Tommy's like in, and then Jay's like, I want in.
Right.
And then he was just locked in with those 4.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna try to mix some people in and all of that. So
Yeah. I love the drafts.
I actually I wonder if I could find the results for that other one. I had a good football team. I drafted the best football players, and well, I think Dusty won because Dusty always won.
Yeah, he's usually a front runner. Is what I think he's won Well, actually,
the
Tommy did
listeners
pretty good,
love
I
him and
will
all of
say.
that.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
No one loves me.
That is not true. I love you.
Oh, you did not listen to 1260. I was not loved.
Okay, well, I've heard some stories, but that's okay. I love you, and that's what matters.
That's all that matters
right
to me.
now.
I don't need
This
anything
moment.
else.
Yeah.
I love you sometimes. Add Joe Burrows to this too.
Yes, that's a good one
He
for
is a
current
fun.
athletes.
He's so fine.
I'm not a fan of highlights though on a hair. He makes it work, but I'm not a fan of highlights on the hair.
Well, okay, so I said this last year on the Hangout, and I got a lot of pushback, especially from Joelle, when I said Austin Matthews is good looking. And the reason
he?
Some
he gets
days.
okay, so remember the scale I talked about? So let's add some stuff to that scale. He seems like he has a good personality. He's fun to hang out with. He also dresses. Mwah, I love the way he dresses.
He's
dresses
got good style.
Love his style.
Meh.
And that just immediately gets points. Like, if you, like, guys, let me tell you something. If you don't feel like, you may not be like, a Liam's Hemsworth or something, oh, come on. You just found a bad picture.
It's like
If you dress up and you, like, put effort into your style,
What a terrible
you
mustache.
get points.
This is handsome.
that's a terrible mustache.
Because he's in his jersey there. But when he's wearing a
Look
suit,
at the baby face Austin
okay, that's an
Matthews.
old picture.
As I said, he should be able to hold. Like, come on!
He looks good in that bank commercial.
I don't think he looks good in hockey.
Wow, he looks good
jersey
because a
and
stylist gave him some good clothes one
Yes,
time.
That's what I'm saying.
I think his
You have to like, factor that.
I think his clothes do a lot for him. But like if he
That's
was coming
good
in,
looking?
if he was coming in just raw,
That's not. You're not selling that there.
that was a
There's a GQ. I looked him up, and there's
don't
him
know
in
what the-
GQ.
there's a question mark at the end of that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's okay. I think hot take McDavid's more attractive than Matthews.
You know what? I think Kachuk is good looking.
Matthew or Brady?
I do.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think he has.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why either. He looks weird. I'm just joking.
He has a massive forehead.
I wasn't gonna say it.
That's
I was
what all the
thinking
Nazis were saying last
that was
year.
a 5 head. I wasn't gonna say it.
I'll go there. Like,
Maybe because he's like.
come on, you can't. Like,
They
I
call
haven't
me.
found a good picture
fine,
yet.
Fine, I take it back.
They
He
call
has
me
10
Papi.
pictures and none of them.
I am Papi. No, I don't think I wouldn't vote. I wouldn't have him on my list at all.
Oh, come on, get me a better quality. I have McDavid and
I feel like you
Matthews
can't be like
picture.
one scale of good looking. There has to be like multiple good lookings. You know what I mean? In their own way. Like
Okay.
you can't just say tall, dark, and handsome is good looking.
Yeah.
You know? That's why you
fair.
factor in things like style, personality,
Sure,
right?
Yep.
but Matthews, you need to hit a little bit on that one. And I'm sorry, I don't think and like, great hockey
disagree.
player.
Yeah.
One of the best goal scorers in the game right now. Like he's a fantastic hockey player. I'm not taking away. He might have a wonderful personality, all of that. And I'm not saying he's ugly or anything like that. But I'm sorry, you cannot put him as. Well, I'm not putting him in the contender for a handsome man
No
draft
way.
right now.
There's so many good looking people in this world.
There
And
is.
that's why he can't fall into this one.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets through that into
Maybe
that top echelon.
If it was strictly just athletes, then maybe he'd sneak in. And if it was maybe, well, I don't
there's
even
too
know.
many
No,
athletes.
if it was hockey,
Go
then.
watch soccer players.
If it was
because
maybe just for the Leafs.
what helps
Leafs
the soccer
organization.
players too is
Be on
their
there.
hair. When they play, their hair is all done up.
Yep.
And somehow it all sticks. You're gonna find some good looking soccer players.
There
out
are some, yes. very
Basketball's
handsome.
got some good ones. Football's got some good ones.
Yep.
All the sports do.
They do. Basketball players are very good looking too. Yeah.
But I'm sorry, like I didn't find a single good one of Boston Matthews there.
Yeah, fair enough.
I showed
I
you
had to
many,
eat
and
it
there
on
was
this
never
one.
like that's a snack. You didn't say that.
Because when he dresses up, he looks good.
I had the
And, like, a
GQ
nice
dressed
suit.
up.
Yeah.
That was not his best day. I'll say that. Not his best day on the ice there.
Henrik Lundqvist. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm here for this. This is the draft. This could be the draft of
They
the
should
year.
have an Edmonton category.
I think they were talking about Edmonton media.
No. I'm saying just Edmonton, like whoever's played for like
Oh, the Oilers.
Eskimos, Elks, Oilers, history of Edmonton athletes, like because like Sheldon Surrey
Yeah, everybody loves him.
should be drafted somewhere in this.
And he seemed like he had
That's-
a good personality too. Apparently, he was very nice. Yeah.
There's
the same.
like Leon or something could fall into that. Like there are players, Michael Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite my most good looking Oiler has always been Mike Comrie.
He did get Hillary Duff.
Yeah, he did.
There was looks there.
He was.
Really?
I thought he was.
What, really?
I had a big crush on him.
Interesting.
Did you know he was with Hillary Duff?
I did not.
Yeah,
They were married. They had kids together.
And they're still like besties. Like they've. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I'll have to tell you a story
I
about
didn't-
them afterwards off the air.
Okay.
You told me this.
Does it have? Wait a second.
It's just photos of them.
In a hotel?
Yeah.
Ah.
After an engagement.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I had no idea. That's crazy.
Hillary Duff also had a glow up. If you search her, she looks fabulous.
Yeah, I watched.
She was
Hillary
always
Duff.
good looking.
Yeah, she was, but she's still like
the Family Channel.
very good looking.
I used to watch. What was the show called? Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire. Yep.
I liked
in
her
my
music.
age.
I didn't watch that, but I liked her album.
That was right in my age group. And then there was the
Me
Lizzie
too.
McGuire movie where she
Yeah.
went to Italy. And all she did was change her hair color. And it was like, oh my God, it's a completely different person. How is this possible? I enjoyed that show actually quite a bit. Not going to lie.
I did too. That was good. That was a good one.
Handsome man. Jeffrey Lupel is fine, says AB.
Jeffrey Lupel is so fine.
What about
See, that could go into
Jamie
the
Benn?
Oiler, like
Yeah.
in Edmonton category.
Oh wait. Oh, just.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like, I think you can have the Edmonton category.
Yep.
Where you look at some of those athletes that have come through Edmonton and pick them. I'm not taking the
What
media.
about, what about Halsey? Taylor Hall.
Got a drink with him in person.
That's cool.
No,
Jordan Eberle?
No.
no.
Gotta. Why? What's wrong with Jordan Eberle? He's
Interesting.
very attractive.
I didn't say he wasn't.
I know.
But not putting him in that top category.
I'm not putting him in the ups and the 8s, 9s, and 10s though.
Yeah. Neither would I. I was just.
Taylor Hall looks like more of a he looks too young. Do you know what I mean? Like some guys
Even
just don't age.
nowadays?
Yeah, you know, with his
Okay.
baby and his wifey. Yeah,
Clef bomb. Says Aiden.
Oh.
yeah.
O'Neill.
Clefbaum's a snack for sure.
Broberg.
It's the first time you've actually now used that word.
Yeah, snack.
Snack.
Snack's a big deal. Snack's in like my
That is.
like my son, my 8 to 10 range. Right? Yeah.
That's clearly. There haven't been a lot of snacks today from you.
You know what? I'm overwhelmed. I feel like we weren't going to talk about Hawkeyes today, and there's just such a big list because I do feel that many people are very attractive. I'm not a hater.
Again, we're
A lot
not
of
saying
people
no
are
one's
haters,
other
like,
people aren't
"Ew,
attractive.
There's not you.
We're just finding
Yeah.
the most handsome.
Yes, exactly.
And that's not even that's different than hot.
true. Hot and handsome are two different things. This is true.
We didn't mention Matthew McConaughey. Struggle with that one.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
don't.
He's gotten better, I think, he's aged pretty well.
Yeah, he's cool. He just kind of has a little bit of that dorkiness to him too, but
I think he's dorky.
a little bit.
I don't see that. Okay.
But he is
what do
handsome.
I know?
Can't deny that. What about Brad Pitt? Nobody's even said the legend.
Brad Pitt.
Well, because I think George Clooney more.
Yeah, George Clooney is yummy for sure.
I never
so-
got the George Clooney hype.
What, Mr.
No.
Salt and Pepper?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I hated his Batman, and I just stuck with
And
him.
that might
so
be.
good.
But
Yeah.
he was just.
Gave you the ick.
I'm Batman.
That's
don't
a
think
guy
you are,
that
George.
I think his entire adult career and all that, like, has been.
The
Handsome.
guy he has, yeah. it's
He
been-
has always been handsome, and,
and
he
George
continues
Clooney
to
is
stay
here.
looking handsome. And I think it should almost be the George Clooney draft, like in memory of George Clooney, even though he's still alive, very much
Maybe.
alive. Like he shouldn't even
point.
be part of this.
Yeah. He
So-
could win it all.
He's that handsome.
Have you heard with Brad Pitt? He's actually classified as a very attractive man because of like the symmetry to his
It's
face.
signed. Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
No.
The symmetry to your like
But I
your
thought of
eyes to
something
your
here.
nose. Like there's a science behind it and like attraction.
It's off the charts. For him, I've seen
No,
like a
he is-
video,
yeah,
like
especially
they,
when he was young,
it's like,
like,
and let's take a
he
look at
was
his
11
like the
when he was
alignment
young.
of his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this an
exactly.
actual thing?
See?
Science behind his face.
It's,
Yeah, I saw that.
It's
Apparently,
actual science.
apparently he's just off the charts, good
Mhm.
looking, and it's like the definition of like what a face should be is apparently his face.
I just chat GPT'd who are the 25 most handsome men. Number one, some South Korean singer, member of BTS. Don't know him. Robert Pattinson,
Yeah, Rob Pattinson, he has some sexiness to him.
David Beckham,
Yes, yeah. We
Ryan
said
Reynolds.
that,
yes.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, Ryan Reynolds.
I was gonna say that, but then I don't know if I like him anymore.
Why not?
I don't know. I've heard some stuff.
Oh, with the Blake Lively
Yeah,
lawsuits and all that.
He's
Yeah,
kind of
thanks
a
for
little
saying
bit,
that.
little bit of an a-hole.
Yeah, so that's that
Like
ick
he's
that I was
fake.
talking about. That's
He's
right.
very fake, apparently.
And he's from Vancouver, and all of a
Which
sudden he's a
sucks.
sports fan. Back then he didn't know anything about hockey or nothing, you know. He was like asked if he's a hockey fan, and he would be like, no, because he was such an actor. And now all of a sudden he's like buying or owns a soccer team.
Another one.
Yeah.
About another one.
Anyways.
Henry Cavill, 5. An Indian actor. I'm going to.
Can I say it?
You sure?
Maybe I know the name? Yeah, Hrithik Roshan. That came to my mind too.
Yeah.
Not for me, but if you Google him, he's pretty attractive.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, he's obviously
Zac
great
Efron.
looking.
I can't believe when you said neighbors, we
Zac
didn't even say
Efron?
Zac Efron
That's
at that
true.
point.
I was thinking that and I didn't get it out. Zac Efron is fine.
Chris Hemsworth, Tom Cruise, another member of
Tom Cruise.
BTS.
No.
Some British actor I never heard of, Reg Jean Page, Chris Evans, Dylan Wang, who's a Chinese actor and model, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, Pedro, no.
That's
but
surprising.
I
He
think
seems like
he
he's-
looks like he's had a big glow up or like a big thing
okay.
since Last of Us came out a couple years ago. Then he was on SNL and
Yeah.
everyone loved him. I do love
the
him.
other Pascal, he's fine though.
Who's the other Pascal?
The Gladiator one.
Paul Mescal,
Yes, him.
Henry Golding, some Turkish actor and model, another Chinese actor, dancer, singer. Again, I know I'm going to butcher some of these names, so I'm just not going to attempt it. Japanese actor, another one, Timothy Chalamet.
Meh.
No.
Really? I think he's.
Yeah, everyone
He's
says
there.
he is the guy right
You know
now.
when I
He's
said
like the
the
next
ick?
Leo.
The
Yeah, I
ick
don't
is
like
when
him.
you're dating a Kardashian or a Jenner. That is an ick galore.
Why?
And a red flag.
They're good looking women.
That's about it.
They might have great personalities. I don't know.
Really?
They might.
Really?
Maybe.
Is he dating a Jenner or a Kardashian?
So like
Yeah, that's what they're like. Yes.
So like is he?
Yes. Yeah. I don't like it. I'm so icked out right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So like my hair is like totally bugging me today. What do you think?
I think it looks great.
Are you being sarcastic? And the dramatic music comes out.
Yeah.
Are you like the zoom in on the face? I really think Trevor is like talking so much shit about me. Okay, first of all, the world does not revolve around you.
Let him
Thank
cook.
you for your beauty expectations that you've done to this generation.
Yes. That was
Good
good.
performance. Round of
Kylie
clicks.
Jenner?
Round of clicks.
Thank you. Kylie Jenner is dating Timothy Chalamet, who is that's the ick for me. How can you take him seriously? He's such a good actor. I'd love
Because
to.
you don't know what it's like behind the scenes.
That's behind the scenes. Just gave it to you. Airhead galore. Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's fair. My ick I think it's Kylie. She goes on her plane and it's like a 5-minute flight to LA.
Did you see that?
Every single time.
Yeah, she's getting heat for flying back and forth.
Yeah. When it's like a 20-minute drive, not even.
Yeah.
And it's just, anyway, that's a nick. Yeah. It's
It
like,
is a
just,
nick.
just drive. Anyway,
Thank you for that.
Kendall.
I support it.
I dated a lot of basketball players.
Yeah, Kendall, but
Thank
Kendall
you.
is stunning. She's actually stunning.
And then she was with Bad Bunny, but I don't think that's happening anymore.
Yeah, so the update on that is, so they did have a public breakup, but
Yeah,
then
like
they
over a
were
year
seen
ago.
together. That's right. They were seen together, but rumor has it that she's back with Devin Booker.
Yeah, I heard that a while ago, but nothing's
That
come
was
of
like
that.
her first love, I think, though, out of all the
Think
players. Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Devin Booker's a good looking guy, too.
He's handsome.
He needs to play better, though, but yeah.
He does.
No, you could keep going. Crap. Yeah, Prez.
apologize for
Timothy
that
is dating a billionaire model. Ick, what a loser.
I mean, he has money himself. He can
Not a billionaire money. Billionaire money's different.
look at George Clooney. He married like a lawyer.
Oh, she's brilliant.
and she's beautiful and smart. Right?
She's like stuff with the UN and things
yes,
like that.
that's
like,
right. Humanitarian.
She's brilliant.
Oh,
He
that's
could,
good.
A
you know what
brilliant
I mean?
individual.
Or he could have
I didn't
had
know
Kim
that.
Kardashian.
She
You
is.
understand,
She's
like-
the more interesting one of that too.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Like it's one like screw you, George. I want to know more about her. Like, tell me about your life. Like, what type of like she's brilliant.
somebody
Straight
else. Somebody else is dating like a brilliant woman, like a Microsoft engineer. It'll come to me. A very good-looking guy.
So there you go. There's the handsome man draft little
Talked
preview that
about
we
for
have here.
50 minutes.
I didn't think we'd go that. I thought I was going to
Me
save it for a little
neither.
bit later, but then we just got into it.
I
and,
appreciate it, Nasty. Thank you.
We
for letting
got
me talk
into it,
about
so we will
like
see how
that
that
a
goes
lot.
next
Yeah.
Friday, right here on the EST Hangout. I will have the pregame show, and then that will transition into the whole thing, and we'll see where this goes. And I love that Commissioner Quinn Phillips will be in to preside over it. She'll keep the boys on track, and I'll be intrigued though because she likes to make comments. sometimes if she's gonna make
She
comments on
does.
the picks and stuff.
I feel like she has a lot to, I think she'll comment a lot on that one. I do.
I really liked your Kardashian.
Really, I could do better, but I know
be-
we're
No,
getting
that's-
taped, and I could have been savage.
I thought you were like
Moment
gonna
of
get
the
up
year.
and walk out or something on me or something like
No.
I'm taking this long drink and I'm leaving because you
I
said
would've
that thing.
Shoved that long drink like on my backside. I've been like, look at my bum. I'm a Kardashian.
With that said, I do want to say the Finnish long drink. It is the official drink of the EST Hangout, Legend of 1952, a drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment, real liquor, longdrink.com/Canada. To enter a postal code nearest you, or to enter a postal code and find a liquor store nearest you that might have the long drink in stock. I did that yesterday. I found the long drink in stock on my route of errands I had to run yesterday and bought some to have here in the Hangout. It's that simple.
Delicious. I'm so glad you got them back. Hopefully, I can have one tomorrow.
Why'd you need it?
I had to clear my throat. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I
okay.
was
You
coughing
can just
there.
push
My
that. Can you actually
apologies.
open the door a little bit more?
Oh, yes, I can.
Close it a little too much. It is very warm in here.
Before we move on, just last honorable mention. I think it was Prez said,
I have a cough.
Moose. The moose is a good looking guy. Dresses very well too.
Like Mark Messier?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's a handsome guy. He's like burly.
And seeing this goes, I think that maybe an Edmonton category.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Edmonton boy.
But yeah,
Oh, man.
I'm sorry for some people that don't agree with our list and whatnot. But and I'm sorry for my impression. My
No,
God.
that was good. Impression of the year. Look at that. Big uke. I couldn't agree more.
There's a lot of good. Oh, so I'm just trying to catch up because I haven't been into the nasty
Yeah, I know,
or the
me too,
Paris
I'm
Jewelers
trying.
inbox. Alicia saying Jacob Elordi.
Oh, let me.
I don't know what
He
it
was
is.
in at Euphoria. He's been in a few other things recently.
No, and it's
What-
because he has the accent in real life.
You now know who we're talking about?
Yeah, I do. It's because of his accent. No, and I don't like him
Yeah.
on the show. He's kind of a jerk.
Which one?
Yeah,
on Euphoria? He's
like
not
a bad
kind of a
guy.
jerk. He's an awful human on that
But then
show.
he like, but then now he's like opening up, and you see why he's an awful human because his dad is an awful person, and yeah, good show. But good, thanks. Like, good pick still.
I love when people have accents and you don't know they have accents. Like, speaking of House, Hugh Laurie does Dr. House. And then it was many years into the show that I've learned that he has the British accent. And it's like this
Pretty
this
impressive.
makes it so like mind blown.
Yeah.
How
that-
do you like, how could you just do that so well?
There was who was it? The biggest one for me was Rick Grimes for Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yes.
Is it Rick Grimes? Rick Grimes? Yeah.
Andrew Lincoln. I think
Yeah,
is his
but
name.
but yeah, in the show, I think it was Mr. Grimes there, and he just spot on, really good. I was sold for so long, and then I saw an interview that he had, and he's British or something like that. So I was like, yeah, it's really impressive that people can do that. I'm blown away by that.
The accents, hey. Mm-hmm.
Hiding the accent.
Okay, let's get into some sports.
Yes.
Thanks for doing the whole pop culture thing with me,
That was
boys.
good.
That was fun. Okay, so first and foremost, let's address everybody's opinion on the suspension.
GCLD's Wall Street pregame show tonight, 6 o'clock, by the way. Oilers Capitals. Tom Hernan will get you set for that game as the Oilers do host the Capitals, who are the number one team in the NHL. I'm disappointed from a perspective of I wish the NHL did one game for each so they could pump up Thursday.
Exactly.
Make Thursday this
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
anticipation.
Yes.
Oilers, Canucks meeting again.
The rematch.
McDavid,
Yeah.
Myers back in the lineup.
Mhm.
Let's build some animosity in that game. But if you took away the fact that the Canucks were on the schedule for Thursday, I would have said on Saturday night it was going to be 2 to 3 games. You got the further end of the 3. Okay. Myers got the same. He didn't get less. I could live with it. This, I think what doesn't help McDavid's case, Tommy brought up yesterday, I don't think they should have done it, but I bet this played into it, and Tommy's right about this. What happened against Minnesota with the elbow?
Yeah.
They didn't even give him a fine for that,
Yeah.
but I'm sure the NHL went, okay, we let you off the hook for that. We didn't
We're
do
gonna let it
anything. Now you do this a couple days later. Sit.
Do you think they did the third game because we're playing Buffalo and they're like, whatever?
No.
Personally,
I'll say, actually, before you continue,
yeah.
I was texting my brother yesterday a little bit about this. I don't want to guess what the Department of Player Safety is thinking because I think that we will never understand.
Yeah.
Every time it's different. There's no point in trying to rationalize what were they thinking today because who knows?
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, I was outraged. I was absolutely outraged when I got that notification. I couldn't believe it was 3 games. Yeah, maybe 1 game, maybe even 2. But like you said, NHL, you want people to watch more, be engaged more. Hello, you have this drama right in front of you. Fine them, suspend. Great. We're not going to see OV and McDavid today. That's unfortunate. Let's have a Canucks rematch. Come on, man.
Yeah, I was very surprised by it. Like, I actually forgot that this isn't McDavid's first suspension, and I know they look at that a little bit. It was a hit against illegal check to the head against Nick Leddy. So I don't, yeah, like Maddie said, I don't know how much you look into that. I don't think there's any point looking into it, but I thought for sure 1 game. And just comparing it to the most, like, I think Austin Matthews with his cross check to the Rasmus Dahlin's neck was like extra vicious. Like, and I don't know if it's my Oilers bias coming out or not, but that was like so targeted, and like just watching the point of contact, watching it a few times, I don't think he got Garland nearly as vicious as Matthews did to Dahlin.
Yes.
And so I thought for sure it would have been 2 games, like max 2 games.
Yes.
The 3 game, like I didn't have that. I wasn't thinking 3 games at all. So it's done. It sucks. Right out of the gate, I was like, yeah, I don't mind seeing this side of McDavid, a little feistiness, but for 3 games.
Me neither.
Definitely
you just
wasn't
stick
worth
up
it.
for yourself. Like, I'm not a parent, but if my kid told me he or she's getting bullied at school, I'd say you push back. You get them back. Like, that's what McDavid did. I think any of us would do that, to stick up for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. That's fine. You get the consequences. That's fine. You know, you're gonna go to the principal's office. That's fine. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
3 games is ridiculous. So.
And like the one thing, like, and I'm not justifying it at all. You can't, like, he shouldn't have done it. But like with Connor Garland messing up McDavid, you know, whatever he was doing, whatever you want to call it, there, you got to expect there's going to be something. And so that's where I'm like, well, Evan Bouchard and the guys talked about it at length on the morning show today, but he's like skating up to Tyler Myers, like, hey, how's it going? You know, and then boom, right in the face. So
Exactly.
I don't know. That was like, I was like, that was
actually vicious
unexpected.
and unprovoked. Yeah.
So I guess that's my 2 cents on it. But
and
3
like,
games, I'm okay with them both being the same. I'm okay with that. I'll let it slide, but it shouldn't be. It should be 2 games.
Exactly.
It should be 2 games. It shouldn't be 3.
I just thought like the rematch as far as like the marketing goes. But yeah, the league's trying to send a message. Clearly, they're being like, we're going to do this no matter if you're McDavid or not.
Yeah.
See, and like, I remember I was on my phone because I was looking up when this happened at once. The NFL, I was trying to find, there was a player that they suspended, but it made sense why they brought him back. Deshaun Watson, for his violation of NFL personal conduct after, you know, being accused of sexual misconduct with 20 women and touching the massage therapist and all of that.
Yeah.
He was suspended 11 games. His first game back, he was eligible for week 13 against his former club, the Houston Texans. Like, and that one, he should have got longer. I don't want to open up the Deshaun Watson situation one again. But there's the NFL that saw us like, okay, well, why wasn't it 10? Why'd you go 11?
Yeah.
Well, because then he could come back for the Houston Texans type thing.
That's what I mean.
Here it would have been like, hey, the rest of hockey might have went, you want to know something? We saw what happened at the end on Saturday night. I want to see what happens. And now, like, there's still going to be some, okay, how are the Oilers and the Canucks going to respond to this? But it's not the same without the 2 in the lineup.
Exactly.
And that's where I think the NHL, like,
screwed up.
Did the extra 2 games really send the message that you're hoping for?
I don't think it did. Whereas you see, you know, Garland with his turtleneck just saying, yeah, I did do what I did. And like, yeah, I was, you know, that's exactly, you know, he admitted to it. He admitted to his reasoning for pinning McDavid down. Yeah. And you're still going to suspend McDavid that long.
And like, if the Canucks game wasn't there and he got 3, I wouldn't be too upset, because I'll say this also. McDavid's going to be busy in February with 4 nations when the rest of this team basically gets a break. Take the 3 days.
Yep.
Take the break.
Yeah.
Enjoy a week off and get a little extra rest, because you're not getting in February when the rest of the team is. I'm okay with 3 then at that point, because the Oilers aren't a team that needs these 2 points to make the playoffs or not. So I look at it that way and go, okay, cool. The Oilers benefit out of that by McDavid getting 3 days rest or 3 games rest. And if it was 1, 2, 3, not that big of, I'm not worked up over it, but it's just I'm only worked up because it's a little bit, okay, what could have the NHL done for Thursday from a marketing perspective.
For sure.
On the 2 Months podcast, they said that McDavid and his camp, so I don't know if Dusty, you guys already talked about this, but they said that McDavid and his camp are strongly considering scaling back their NHL tour events, such as media interviews, to push things for the league. This was communicated before the NHL because the lack of protection the superstar player gets in this league.
Yeah, those guys, I will say, they've gotten some things right in the past. They've also gotten things wrong in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm not going to necessarily go off of what 2 months has to say.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be shocked to a degree if McDavid was saying that, but also to a degree, I could also say, like, McDavid's not exactly the best personality.
Yeah.
He's
Go
not
out there and
exactly
put
the
on your
best
best
media
smile,
guy,
Connor.
you know? So it's like, I
Yeah.
don't know what type of message that sends the NHL. They still could take his picture and throw it up there and do things. I don't know what else he's really done.
Yeah.
But I could see if that is true. I could understand it.
So on a positive note, as Maddie mentioned, like K McDavid will get some rest. It's fine. Vegas lost 4 games in a row, so that's, number 1 spot is not that far away from us. We can win tonight. There's a possibility we can win.
The Oilers are a good hockey team.
Draisaitl's been the best player on this team so far.
Yeah.
Right?
The Oilers are a good hockey team without Connor McDavid.
Yes.
Like they especially Leon. It seems that this team steps up whenever he's away for a limited period of time.
100%.
They always have.
Yes.
Where are we? So the Oilers,
They're
sit.
favored today. The Oilers are still favored today.
The Oilers are a point back of Vegas for top spot in the Pacific. But the Oilers have a game in hand. So tonight's that game in hand. Unless
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the Golden Knights
they
play.
can bring it.
I think so too.
Yeah. They're going to do it for their
It
boy.
is a tough
their
team though that
captain.
they're going against, and they are going against the best team in the National Hockey League.
Yes.
It's just crazy. Washington Capitals, best team in the league.
Yeah, hey, considering last year.
Very
why not?
surprised.
Yeah.
Like they made some decent. I mean, I thought they were okay off-season moves. Not good enough to make them first in the entire league. So
They're 2 points up on Winnipeg for the best record in the NHL with 2 games in hand.
yeah, like
They're doing well. What still surprised me, the Leafs are 4th
Yeah.
for best record in hockey.
That is wild. But it's
very
regular
quiet.
season.
very quiet season for the Leafs.
But that's
doing this good.
They are
Yeah.
for how good they are in terms of the standings. It is a very quiet. We're not getting a lot of noise out of Toronto.
Exactly. Actually, that's what I was going to say. You mean out of like the media? How
Yes.
that's the thing that's being thrown in your face, left, right, and center?
Like the TSN Power Ranking recently just had the Oilers. I think came out yesterday, top spot. Like I'm surprised it's just not Leafs are holding top spot for like 3 months straight now.
Somebody must
Yeah.
have had a board meeting and said, change it.
Yeah.
Change this content, right? A very good
Absolutely.
point, though.
No.
Yeah, it's not being thrown in our face. That's why it's surprising to think they're doing so well.
3 Canadians in the top 5.
That's pretty cool.
Oilers, Jets,
I like that.
Leafs. Top
Beautiful.
5. How many teams are actually making the playoffs right now? Leafs are in, Sens are in,
I think the Flames are in. Canadians.
Flames are
almost.
in, Edmonton's in, Winnipeg's in. So it's only Vancouver and Montreal who are out at the moment.
It's not bad.
So we could have
Mm-hmm.
5 Canadian teams in the playoffs. Sportsnet would love that.
I would love
I'll
that.
tell you that right now. Dude, would you?
I actually don't mind that at all. I think it would be pretty cool.
If playoffs were to start today, it'd be Winnipeg, Calgary, Vegas, Colorado. So Edmonton, LA. Awesome.
I
Toronto
don't
would
love that.
get Ottawa. Boston would go to Washington. Toronto, Ottawa would be a fun first round playoff matchup. I remember those early 2000s meetings between those teams. They were fun. I loved Patrick Lalime. Big Patrick Lalime guy.
Patrick Lalime. I haven't heard that one.
Just goalie for the Sens back in the early 2000s. He was great.
It was decent.
I enjoyed him. Took him to, I think, the best he ever did. I don't think they got to a cup final with him, but they went to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost to the Devils one year, I believe it was. But I really enjoyed watching Patrick Lalime. He's one of my favorite players, actually. If I had to go in like when I was younger, favorite players, he'd be top 5, I think. I was a big Patrick Lalime fan.
Senators, I don't care for them. Their own fans don't care for them. People in Ottawa are Toronto fans.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
Ottawa's just one of those teams to me that I don't think anyone hates them.
Yeah, that's
They're
what I
just
mean.
like if
they're
they
just
do,
there.
they're like everyone in Canada could actually like if all the teams are you could kind of rally around the Senators because who cares? They're not really your rival.
You're either a Habs fan or you're a Toronto fan out there. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not too bothered with the Ottawa Senators. When they made their push, I think I was kind of rooting. There's only 2 other teams in Canada I'm like that, and it's the Jets.
Yeah, who hates the
bit of
Jets?
I'm like, I don't really hate the Jets. I like there's a little.
agreed.
They're like the little brothers of everyone.
Yes.
Like
Yes. Those fans
you
are
could mock
loyal.
them a little bit and stuff, but in the end, like,
They'll
hey,
go
you're
to
the little
games.
brother. We'll take care of you. Like, go have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got you.
No.
And you know
absolutely.
that they're never actually going to do it because their DNA is to just come up short.
Yeah. Which is, I wonder, I don't know if that's going to happen this year. Maybe.
So, do you guys also understand? Side note: this is why I hate the Canucks more than the Flames, and I think everybody needs to revisit this whole Boa thing. It's the Canucks that are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Those are our real rivals.
It rotates.
Yes, true.
It was the Flames after the Oilers played the Flames in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I hope we play the Canucks in the playoffs. So you know what? Win
But
that damn game.
recently, it was Oilers
Get
Canucks in the playoffs. Canucks fans are biggest trolls out there. I have no
Biggest.
problem saying that.
It's Saturday night. Sorry, Tommy has a show on. Okay, so I'm fired up like most of us. I had to get in the show. I needed some validation. It's Saturday night, trolls. Aren't you in Vancouver? Should you be at the Park Casino? La-di-da. You're in our freaking Edmonton chat. Get out of here.
Yes. No, I love that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No, I
interrupt.
love it. I'm loving the ranting from Jasmine today.
It is interesting because, like, growing up down south, it was like no question. The rival it's the Battle of Alberta, and I always try to go to at least one Battle of Alberta every year. And I mean, I couldn't stand my whole family. I love them, but like, I'd always go downstairs to watch the game by myself because they were always cheering, and
It's
Decade
hard,
of
right?
Darkness. It sucked.
Yeah, Decade of Darkness.
But like last year, I don't think there's maybe like I don't even think it's a question right now. Like the most toxic, worst one of the worst fan base in the entire league is the Canucks. Like
It's been that way for a long
Yes,
time.
it is. They're toxic.
and you bring up a good point. Like the whole riot. Like I don't know, I was pretty young then, and then I don't know, hadn't been too competitive as of recent. But like that was just ridiculous. And doing pre and post last year, obviously in the playoffs. I hated that. That sucked. I couldn't stand it.
Let me tell you something. You know, when we went through the Decade of Darkness, we still stood by our team. Whether we were upset at them or mad, we still stood by the team. We still bought tickets. We still wore the jersey and we still cheered our team. that fan base, not only is it toxic, they are a bunch of bandwagon fans on top of that. They will only stand by their team if they're doing well. Flames fans will still stick by their team.
Yeah, they do.
You know, through thick and thin. These guys, if you looked, now I think times have changed, but I lived in Vancouver and the people that sat in those seats were business suits.
Yeah.
It was a business. They weren't wearing their Canucks jerseys. This only came recently. Now there's new fans all of a sudden because the team started doing well.
Yeah.
I don't rip fan bases for not supporting a team when they're losing, though. I can't.
True.
Because one of the best ways to get your organization to turn things around is stop buying their tickets.
Yes, I can see what you're saying.
And that's like to one fault. While there is great credit to Oiler fans for supporting this team through the Decade of Darkness, it actually was also a deterrent to a degree because you didn't put that extra pressure to turn around because you kept buying. The Oilers kept selling tickets for higher. So I'm one that, and there's a balancing act to me on that one. I see what you're saying, that support your team thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also, I actually respect some fan bases that then go, we're not spending money with you. We'll go find something else to do.
Yeah.
Tell me when you're good again because we're not going to cheer for this trash.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I will say that one a little bit there. I'll give them a little, Canucks fans, I'm giving you just a little bit, but you are toxic still.
They are toxic and they just like something that's new and shiny, just like their new Louis Vuittons and their Mercedes. Okay, that's the thing with them.
That is it.
Then something else comes along and they're going to move on to that. Whereas us, no, we love this team. We're going to stick by this team. So that's my little second beef with the Canucks. So I'm not a Canucks.
Okay, I have a question. I don't know if anyone's ever done this before. Am I allowed to go use the washroom quickly?
Yes.
I'm
We just
so
had somebody
sorry.
yesterday that Mark was on and it said that the part of the hangout is go.
This is fine because this is
go.
great because so I know you got to say something.
Well, I'm going to just reset here quickly.
Okay.
But the only one that I've had issues, like I'm sometimes worried about going because I have to host. So it's like, well, what am I going to do? But yeah, you just got to go. You just got to go. The EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts. More than 2 decades of helping Canadians through life's transitions. Right now, 75% off until January 31st on 5x5 units. Check them out, sentinel.ca for more information. We're live on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, on YouTube. Thanks to everyone who is listening to this via podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Matt, Jasmine, and YouTube Trev with you here on this Tuesday. This is an Oilers game day. Oilers taking on the Capitals later tonight. tonight, which means the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, 6 o'clock, right here on EST. Later today, also, we do got the Lock Shop coming up at 11. We got two guys and a goalie. We got EST Afternoons, and we got the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne as well.
Let's talk NFL.
Kate.
I want to talk about it. I know it's people already talked about it, but let's talk about it. This is one of the most exciting weekends experienced for NFL, personally for myself. Every game was just unreal. I'm so happy to chime in on every single game. Do you have thoughts? Like, Commanders, they're like, come on. The owner so there's new management?
They got sold. Was it before this season or was it before last season? I think it's before this season. They have new ownership. And
look, in 1 year, this is since 1991 or 1992, and now within 1 year of changing things, look at them fly.
I hope they win. My fear right now is months ago, I said we're all like everyone wants Bills, Lions, but we're going to get Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl. And right now, we're the two of the final teams. It's Chiefs, Eagles, and I don't think most people want Chiefs, Eagles. I think
nobody wants Chiefs, Eagles.
But even then, I think the Eagles are a team that almost no one wants to see. Like,
no, but it's boring.
Jalen Hurts is banged up, so it's he's not even going to play well.
He won't.
So I think everyone wants to see the Commanders go through.
Yeah.
I think there's interest that the Chiefs get through because it's like, can the Commanders knock off, like the new guys knock off the old guys? And then there's a lot of people that are going to be cheering for the Bills or for the Chiefs. I hate football right now. That's where I am.
I was going to say, Maddie, like, how are you?
I'm pissed off a little bit still.
Yeah, that's tough.
Because it's the Ravens' way. They lose and I don't think how much we talked. I don't think we talked about it much yesterday at all.
Okay. Yes. Great game.
It's a game I look back on, and while the Bills played a clean game and they didn't make mistakes, I don't sit there as a Ravens fan going, the Buffalo Bills beat us.
No, I agree.
I don't sit there and be like, they were just a much better football team. It was the Ravens shot themselves in the foot over and over and over again, and that's the worst way to lose.
It is the worst.
When you know, like,
by your mistakes, when you beat yourself.
If Mark Andrews catches that ball, then Lamar Jackson doesn't fumble.
Yeah.
But, okay, Mark Andrews doesn't catch the ball. Lamar Jackson can't fumble there. And then in the second half, okay, you fumbled Mark Andrews, trying to juke three guys for absolutely no reason. You've been moving the ball, you've scored, just hold on to the damn football.
Yeah.
And then you drop a 2-point conversion. And it's just like, mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake.
Yeah.
They were good enough to win that football game.
Yes, right.
But the Baltimore Ravens do this time and time again.
Yes, they do.
They stub their own toes, and that's the frustrating thing.
Weather played a factor in that game, though. Their hands must have been cold. At how many times Lamar dropped the ball?
But for Mark Andrews, it's not an excuse because Mark Andrews has a history of dropping balls on fourth downs or 2-point conversions. That isn't a cold thing. He just has a history of doing this. He is not a clutch tight end. And with Isaiah Likely and how much he's grown this year, it's time to move on from Mark Andrews. Go get a 3rd or 4th round pick, trade him, move on from him.
I feel like they didn't utilize Henry that much.
Like
if you kept playing that play, they were eventually gonna break. I don't understand.
It hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's sports.
Me, my family, all of us, we were all about the Ravens that day. And Bills are a great team, though. Josh Allen with the classiness to go up to Lamar after the win. That was awesome. They're the good guys.
And then the three best teams in the AFC, it's the Bills, it's the Chiefs, it's the Ravens. And the Ravens did end up losing to one of the best. It's not like we got upset. Like, I know the line was like -1 for the Ravens. I didn't understand that still. They lost to a good football team.
They could have won.
There's no shame in that.
I get it. Yeah, they could have won.
The Buffalo Bills are worthy of winning the Super Bowl. Straight up. It's a piss off because it's like, okay, you just take away one mistake. You find one mistake and take that one away. The Ravens might win that football game.
Where are you with like the Lamar legacy? Like, he has yet to win.
He needs to go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Next year.
You need to be recognized as a great quarterback in the history. You need to be a Super Bowl winner. Yeah. You need to go find one. And now he's only 28. There's a lot of time left for him to go get a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But you need to go win it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's tough.
It's like Josh Allen needs to go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, there's not a lot of great quarterbacks that are recognized as great quarterbacks that never won. Like, Dan Marino is one of them. Like, he never won a Super Bowl. But that's also a knock on him, always. He's never going to be in the conversations. Like, he's always going to be knocked down a peg because he didn't go win that Super Bowl. Quarterbacks in the NFL are judged based on their Super Bowls. Yeah. So he's got to go win it. Josh Allen's got to go win it. Who else are top quarterbacks right now in the NFL? Like top quarterbacks that
Joe Burrow eventually.
I would say
Joe
Baker.
Burrow's going to
What
need to go win it
about
one
Baker
day.
Mayfield.
He's not in that top echelon of quarterbacks for me. Joe Burrow's going to need to go win it one day.
Investment.
Yeah, Burrow's for sure.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but he's just like it's like you've got, Mahomes has got his ring. You got to go get your ring.
Yeah.
So Lamar needs to go get it done.
Let's talk Chiefs quickly here. How frustrating was that? And I know, like, when Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are saying that the calls are not, like, that call shouldn't have happened, that's wrong. And Houston actually could have won that game. That game was so intense. I was hanging out with my mom, and even she was watching it. I think she became a Houston fan. Gonna get her a CJ Stroud jersey now because she was really rooting for them. And then when she saw like the embellishment, which should have been an embellishment call, she was like, "What's wrong with this team?" And then swearing in Punjabi and stuff like that to the Chiefs. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah. But it's so frustrating, and this is why they are the villains of the NFL. And like, one thing is to see these missed calls, and the other thing is to see Mahomes milk it.
Yeah, I didn't like the one on the sideline where he threw his arms a little bit,
flailed.
and it's like, you're getting the call, dude. You get the calls.
Yeah.
And then that's where like Allen and Lamar didn't get those same calls
Absolutely.
in their game. There was a play where Lamar was out of bounds and he got tackled, and I thought there should have been 15. There wasn't. I was like, okay. And then Josh Allen, I think there was a couple plays where it's tight. They don't get those calls. But Patrick Mahomes, you get flag, and it's like, dude, these guys don't need this extra help.
Yeah.
Why are they getting all this extra? And it happened all season.
Yeah.
I was with did he bring it up? Yeah, I was with Handshake yesterday. We went out for some drinks to watch the Natty. And he thought maybe with the Bills taking on the Chiefs, this is benefit that everyone's talking about the Chiefs, and maybe the refs in this next one, because everyone's talking about it, are gonna like be a little more cautious of actually giving the Chiefs the flag. I'm like, no, dude, like,
no,
it's been starting since game one
They're
this
not
year.
even hiding it.
The Chiefs have been getting the calls since game one. We've been
Yes.
talking about it since game one this year. It was Ravens, Chiefs, and the Ravens got those 3 straight penalties on their O-line, and the Chiefs got none of those calls going that way.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, we're like, the Chiefs aren't getting any of these calls, or getting all the calls. And it's been a narrative all year that I don't think the fact that we're all talking about it now, even more from this past weekend, is going to change the refs this upcoming week. They don't care. They want to protect Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
They
It's
didn't
frustrating.
want Houston to play the Bills or Ravens. That's the NFL wanted the Chiefs to play them.
And you'd say like that is legit, like the league, the refs, because like
I don't think there's ever been a memo from the NFL telling the refs to do this, but I think there's for some reason they like. I will say this, and somebody will have to correct me because I'm a little bit younger, but I remember watching the Patriots through all their glory years, and they got calls. When you're a great team, you get calls at times. I don't remember being at this level.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it was ever at this level. There have been times where teams got close to Tom Brady and there were calls. There was a Chiefs-Pats game where the Pats, like Brady, got a roughing the passer call, but that maybe shouldn't have been. So I've seen them happen, but I don't think it was ever to this level.
extent. Yeah.
But I do feel like for whatever, like, I don't know if there's a full memo from the NFL that says, hey, protect the Kansas City Chiefs.
Make sure.
But I think these refs maybe go in and be like, well, we don't want to be the team that misses that call on Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
So if you get close to Patrick, it's safer to throw the flag as opposed to be the one that doesn't throw the flag.
Yeah.
Because they're so good for business. And imagine if Taylor Swift's not at the Super Bowl. The NFL might not be happy about that.
And that brings it.
Jazzy's gonna start yelling again. Turn your volume down a bit, because soon as the ball gets thrown to Kelsey, who do you think also got the limelight?
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Although she was dressed fabulous. Love that outfit. I kind of have something really similar. Anyways. But like, and then Kelsey, what the hell? Like, is that guy eating too many hot dogs at Taylor Swift shows or what? Like, I swear I could have ran faster than him. Did you see that? Running so slowly.
Throwing like Tom Brady out there.
Like, need to take a big breath. Like, he's just so unlikable now, and it's just so crazy. Like, I really liked Kelsey back in
Just
the
because
day.
he's dating Taylor Swift?
It's just everything about him. He just changed. Just ugh. He gives me the ick.
Caitlin Clark was at the
Super
game with
ick.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a separate thing I could talk about off air. My opinion on that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
CC.
Yeah, it's CC. They said KK though.
Who did?
Like the announcers, broadcasters.
Yeah, they did.
We were talking about it yesterday.
KK.
And we were just like, well, that doesn't make any sense because it's actually CC. It should be at least.
I'm just trying to see if what other connection there maybe, but it doesn't even, you can't even do something with Taylor Swift because she doesn't have a K in it anywhere or anything like that.
No, doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. I want to get excited about this upcoming weekend in the NFL, but I'm always one that like when my team loses, I'm pissed for at least 1 week.
And you have every right to be. 1 week
so
is actually not that long.
But
And shout out to Ashley Mumford. She's a huge Ravens fan, the nasty that flies to the games. Actually,
comment by her. She says the Ravens did it to themselves. Buffalo was not amazing. Why do they always do this at the worst times after unreal season? That is who the Ravens are. And again, I will say Bills played a clean game, and credit to them for that. But there's a lot of people out there. Like you go watch PTI yesterday, you go watch some others. It was the Ravens hurt themselves more than the Bills went out and
it's way worse.
The Bills didn't go out and dominate the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens made mistakes.
Yeah,
they didn't protect the football. They didn't hold on to that football well, and they couldn't catch the damn football.
It's been a tough year for young Iwanyk.
I've had actually
you've been the opposite of hustler.
Well, yeah, absolutely. My Yankees get to the World Series just to lose. Miami Hurricanes lose in the game that they should go to the ACC championship game. They go lose to Syracuse. If they're in the ACC championship game, they're probably in the playoffs. Manchester United's having probably their worst season ever, or at least their worst season in like 30 years or something. It is just a disaster across the board there. Ravens now go lose. I don't know. I was thinking about it on Sunday. Like, I don't know what I have to look forward to right now besides getting ready for the Edmonton Elks season in June.
Yeah. Was one of the
Lakers are. I don't know what to think of the Lakers.
Did they lose against the Clippers the other day?
Yeah, and LeBron calls them like suck. He says they suck right now, but they're just like they need to make a deal at the deadline. I'm not asking. Like, look, I'm saying my things. I'm not saying I want sympathy. I know there's I don't give a damn about your sympathy. But just for me personally, it's just one getting frustrated.
It was the one slam dunk Reed Wilkins had, and I saw you were just staring at a blank wall.
Oh, that was a while ago.
That just drew me in, and I'm just like, all I was thinking about. I'm like, I know exactly what this is. Matty's had a tough year. That's exactly what I visualized. Like you're just nothing's going right now, or nothing's going good right now at all, and it's not a good feeling.
Although I actually am excited about the Yankees season. Even though they lost Soto, they made some nice moves, I think, and they should be all right.
Yeah,
but that's a long season ahead. Yeah, I got Scotty's coming up. I got the Briar coming up.
Scotty's.
Those 2 weeks are going to be great in here.
Yeah, it is.
And it's going to it's going to be golf season. I'm going to be golfing a lot this year.
There'll be lots of
golf. I can't wait. I can't wait.
The links. I was blown away by the curling content that we consumed last year. I will say.
Mad at the Garrison golf, and honestly, I love golfing the Garrison. And if there's one of the courses I missed not going to last year was the Garrison, so I can't wait to get back out there. I love I love the Garrison most times. A Sunday night twilight. And your weekend on the Garrison.
Yes.
I've been missing that.
Oh, be good. The Garrison. Wait, so that might be out of loop. Is that a place here?
The Edmonton Garrison. It's the Army base. But they have a golf course. It's a golf course and a curling club.
Oh, okay.
But the golf course, it's a great course. Like, it's a fun track. It's a really fun track. I love their back nine. 12, 13. 12's this par 3 that's like in an S type thing.
Oh.
And then there's a par 4, 13, which if you angle it right, and I always forget what the angle is, you could it's more like almost, I wouldn't say maybe it is a 90 degree dogleg right.
Oh, okay.
But if you angle it right over the trees and you hit it properly, you could just skip it all.
Nice. Those are good.
I love going there.
Yeah, it'll be good getting Matty out. It will. We'll have to golf.
Yes.
Well, yes. I'd like to go golf.
I'll take you to the Garrison.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Did you watch NCAA yesterday?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that? Quickly, you want to give everybody an overview? What happened? The Irish made a bit of a comeback.
So the Irish had a great first drive, and then Ohio State turned it on, and then Notre Dame. I was with Yaremchuk, we were having drinks, and I was getting annoyed because I hate Ohio State. But then all of a sudden we looked, and there was a turnover. What was it? That was the fumble, and all of a sudden Notre Dame got the ball, and all of a sudden you look, and like it's a 2-possession game. Like, whoa. Like, how did this it looked like Ohio State was running away with that. And I was like, it's only, if they score here, we're in for a ball game. There's a lot of time left. I didn't like the attempt at a field goal for Marcus Freeman from the 3, I think it was, on 4th down, or did they go to the 5? I didn't like the play calling from that area, but you're down 16. A field goal makes it a 2-possession game still. It's a 2-possession game either way. Go for it. Mm-hmm. And in the end, the kicker misses the field goal too, which hurt. And then it was a great ending in the end, considering I thought like it ended up almost being a blowout, was that it got down to a 3rd and 9, where if Notre Dame makes a stop, they get the ball back down 8 to go tie it. But they give up a 60-yard bomb or whatever it was, and Ohio State finishes off and wins the football game. And I hate Ohio State. I hate the college. Like, you want the Ohio... Okay. In college football, the regular season used to matter more than any other sport. And for Ohio State, the big things that mattered was winning your conference in the Big Ten, but also beating Michigan. And this year, they didn't win the Big Ten, and they lost to Michigan. And yet, they still have a national championship. And that rubs me the wrong way. My brother texts me a quote from a legendary Ohio State coach from back in the day. Ohio State's Woody Hayes, quote unquote, "You can't claim a national championship without winning the game. The only meaningful statistic is the number of times you beat Michigan." Ohio State lost to Michigan this year, but they won the national title. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it. But Ohio State won the first expanded playoffs when it went to 4. They now won the first expanded playoffs, went to 12. History repeated itself. I hate Ohio State. But it ended up being a pretty fun game in the end. There's my long natty.
I wanted you
spiel.
to have that platform
good.
today to talk about it.
No, that's good.
But see, kickers are so crucial. Houston probably could have won if they scored their 3 field goals. I think there was 3 of them are missed by Ferrisburn.
Was it?
Yeah, I think.
This is crazy.
And like that, those are points, guys. And I know Jay goes off about this on his show because I agree with him. It's like, man, you're getting paid like over 500,000 USD to kick a ball,
Yep. You got to be efficient.
especially at the 30-yard line.
Yeah. No. You're
I
right
feel
in there.
bad for the Notre Dame kid. I always feel bad for the kids in college. I don't feel bad for pro kickers because now you're getting paid.
Yeah,
like
it's
big money.
You're in the
Yeah.
show.
This is your
Do it.
job. Get it done.
Yeah.
The kid one, it's like, oh, you got to go back to campus.
The pressure.
And
You're going to get bullied probably.
And in the end, like the
Put in a
kicker really
locker.
doesn't get a lot of credit throughout the season for making their kicks. You
Yeah,
only
but it's when you get
when
crapped
you
on-
miss,
yeah, you
you
get
get
crapped.
all the heat.
Yeah.
But like the only time you get the credit for the big kick, it's like it has to be a big kick, last second field goal.
Yeah.
Then you get all the credit. But like if you go 4 for 4 in a game, no one sits there more often than not. Be like,
Yeah.
what a great game by the kicker.
Yeah, like very consistent.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty
Through and
boring
through.
game.
I would
Yeah,
never
yeah,
want my
yeah.
kid to be a kicker.
Yeah, legit.
There's just a lot of more
lot
hate
of
that could
pressure.
come than credit.
It's like a goalie.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
also
right.
this is Notre Dame. Notre Dame just can't get it done. And there was no buzz going into this game. But in the end,
There was no
I
buzz.
can't wait for the next college football season.
Yeah.
I love college football.
Yeah.
I like
You
to
do.
me, right? It's CFL, NCAA, NFL, U Sport. That's my ranking.
Wow. And is football your favorite sport?
Yes.
More than soccer.
Yes.
A lot of people.
Yes.
NFL's
Wow.
huge.
I will
Yeah.
watch American football. I watch. That is my true favorite sport. Straight up.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I think if I had to rank them, like hockey's dropped for me a bit.
Me too. Just sucks.
And this is where like NBA playoffs. Like I would rather watch NBA playoffs than NHL playoffs.
Oh,
Straight up.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Not gonna
Maddie.
lie.
I'm Maddie on
I
that
actually
one.
do prefer the NBA playoffs than the NHL playoffs now.
wow.
So like I don't know if then I'd say basketball's higher than NHL. The NBA regular season though was kind of meh.
One of the worst regular seasons.
Yeah, it especially
In
with
sports.
the bubbles, the play-ins that they have now.
They're
Like it's
just
really
so many
like
gimmicks.
no one's missing the
Yeah.
playoffs almost. So it's like I don't care.
Yeah,
until-
just
but
get
when
to
the
the
playoffs
playoffs.
come, I get excited. And I'm not saying I don't enjoy the NHL playoffs.
Yeah,
I prefer the NBA. I love my golf and I do
Yeah.
love my soccer.
you do love your golf. Yeah,
I like I do like my curling when it comes to Scotties and Bragger time.
yeah.
Those are those 2 weeks. The thing that's on my TV more than anything else is
Yeah.
the curling.
What? And I'm so curious. Was that your parents, your folks got you?
My dad got me watching Randy Ferbey. Alberta was in the final in I think 2000 for the Nokia Brier. And my dad told me about it or something. So I watched it. Alberta won. And then I fell in love
Ever
with it ever
since
since. So I started watching Randy Ferbey's wink. They won. Did they win 4 and 5? I think it was 4 and 5. Went in 05, they were in Edmonton, went to go see him, and I've just always loved it. And then the women's side, I kind of watched, but then Heather Nedwin's rink won it for Alberta. I think they were out in Red Deer, and it really like got me off into the Scotties game.
Cool. Yeah, it's interesting. Whenever I went and saw my old man, because my parents split, so whenever I saw him, it was always, okay, Trev, you're gonna watch me curl for the next 3 hours, and I was like playing Xbox, and so like I've always been like curling, but I do like my favorite part about the curling where we went was the machine you put your shoe in. and it cleans.
Oh,
it.
that's.
I would get in trouble every single time because that's
Why?
all I do.
Oh, you just stand there?
Yes.
We should
They're
get
like-
one here.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that would be awesome.
It's in the my Uline catalog.
Okay. Yeah. Wouldn't have
Bunch
to
of
vacuum.
laughing emojis. What a brutal take, Maddie. The NBA is garbage from Spinny the Welder. Sorry, I like what I like, dude. Thanks for gatekeeping what I can and can't enjoy. Awesome. Good job, Spinny the Welder. That makes zero sense. Just because I enjoy the NBA in the playoffs, that's a brutal take. Kate,
Own it, Maddie.
people like what they like. I'm not ashamed by that. I prefer watching the NBA in the playoffs and the NHL. That's for me. I understand for most people it wouldn't be that case. I don't think you're wrong for that. But if you think I'm wrong for that, okay, awesome.
So, you said, I asked you on the last show I was on, for NCAA, I'm like, oh, do they do a halftime show? You're like, no, they do like marching bands, right?
I don't know what that Travis Scott thing was.
Did you see it? It was dope.
It was but like one song or something?
Yeah, so
and it
it
was
was-
pre-recorded on the top of Mercedes-Benz or
That's
made
right.
it look like it.
Yeah, and they only played like a snippet, and it was a really good song. And I was trying to find it called 4x4. And I liked it. I was immediately like just trying to find it on Spotify, and I couldn't find it.
I don't know, but that's not a halftime show. I don't know what that would have been.
That's exactly what I was gonna ask you. I'm like, what was that? And it was literally a snippet. Like he did.
Yeah.
He just sang for like, I don't know, 40 seconds, maybe less.
Because it was one where I saw it come on the screen and they'd like had done a full analysis halftime show, like a full halftime show. I'm like, they can't be now just bringing out on Travis Scott
Yeah,
to
had
sing.
the smoke, had a helicopter above him.
And
sick.
it was just okay. Here he is.
Yeah, it's like
and
he
there
did
he
a little
went.
snippet of a song, and boom, that's it. It was just like, what is this? Because I was like, Maddie said there are no halftime shows.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be marching bands,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
You see the Lions. Was it halftime or was it before the game? Leangelo Ball came out with his
Oh
new
my
song.
God.
It's supposed to come out.
Tweaking.
That's
Tweaking.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
He signed a record deal or
Yeah,
something.
he
Yeah,
did.
he's actually like crushing it. It's surprisingly,
He is crushing it. People love
surprisingly
him.
really good song.
Yeah.
That was
Durant was like dancing to his song. Yeah. That song's everywhere.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually I don't mind it. I think it's called Tweaker or Tweaking. Tweaking, something like that.
Is it?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny too.
I just saw the video of him practicing it. I didn't actually see the live thing.
He literally just
Maybe that's why the
end zone.
Lions lost.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they're saying, right?
Yeah,
But
could
the
be.
crowd was going wild.
I was going
Yeah.
wild. Yeah.
I'm glad LeVar Ball, is that the dad? I forgot his name.
No,
Like,
I think that's the eldest son, right?
no, the dad. What's the dad then?
There's Lonzo, LaMelo,
Lonzo.
LeVar. It's
It's
Oh, it is
LeVar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm glad there was that period of time where we just got LeVar Ball all the time on
Yes.
our TVs, and he
It
kept
was the
talking, and it was
worst.
really annoying.
It was so annoying. He was
And
a
now-
Taylor Swift back then.
He's gone like almost a little in the background and stuff,
Now that
and
his
it's
kids-
much nicer.
Yes, it's because his kids
Yeah, because kids aren't that great.
or they aren't like
Well, the
12
one-
anymore.
The one in Charlotte plays for the Hornets, right? He's decent.
Yeah, LaMelo.
LaMelo.
He's actually crushing it this year. He's doing really good. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more.
He launched
Like,
his BB brand.
yeah, Big Baller Brand.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, because he had the shoes.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
that was a huge thing back then.
I'm
my
so glad
kids
that
will
one was kind of
sign
over.
the biggest brand deals ever, and that didn't really happen. Lamar Ball. No, it's definitely
Lonzo, he's actually had a decent career
He's
since he left the Lakers.
hype-
He's been all right. Like he's not a stud or anything, but he's a
Yeah,
decent player.
They played the other night. I know. I watched some highlights. Lonzo was trying to guard LaMelo. Didn't quite work out, but yeah, those two have actually done okay for themselves. And now Leangelo, I don't even know. I think he's a rapper now. So
with the actual record deal.
with the
Yeah.
record
With
deal,
an actual
like
record
it.
deal.
he drops a decent song actually.
The EST Hangout portions of this hour are brought to you by the Hive Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk, promotional products that bring the buzz. You can check them out, the Hive Product Marketing.com. That was really high today.
Very high. Almost hit
That
Tiger's
was.
If you're looking
head.
for any promotional products, just even for your brand or yourself, check them out. Chelsea will take good care of you with the Hive.
Yeah, she will.
I got to ask, because I know you didn't say you had a lot for notes, but is there anything on notes that you want to get to? Because we've got about 20 minutes.
Just a couple, like nothing crazy. Nothing crazy
What
at
is
all.
there?
Just wanted to defend Trevor with the napkin stuff.
Oh, thank you. I like this.
You're like, it's
Yep,
like, oh.
hit me up. Yep, let's go. The napkin take.
So you,
So,
I don't
because
believe in
hear
please give an overview.
What is the napkin take that you have, Trev?
It wasn't even a napkin take. It was, what was it? Was it I got beef? Because
there
I got
was.
beef. Yes,
Yeah.
and I was talking about salt and pepper shakers. And that's how they should be on all
At a
tables. It should be at a restaurant.
Mhm.
I don't use
do you mean?
napkins. And then I said,
What do you mean they should they should just be on the table?
well, because I eat with one hand and I like keeping my one hand away from my food so I can grab something, right? I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, maybe. So I like to just grab the salt and pepper shaker and it should just be a shaker. But I go to a restaurant and every now and then you go to a house and they've got the double twister.
Oh,
so
the
now all
twisting.
of a sudden I have to use my dirty hand, and then Dusty and LT were like, "Well, just use a napkin." And I was like, "I don't use napkins. I don't like them. I've never liked napkins. I'll just go wash my hands every single time." And that was kind of the idea. That's where it all started, and it ended up being a pretty big thing. I'm not gonna lie, way bigger. But people were so honed in and focused on the napkin take that they forgot my beef. It should be salt and pepper shakers for every single one, not a grinder. I can't do. It's way easier doing this.
What restaurant has the grinder?
I was at Olive Garden.
They have the grinder at Olive Garden?
Yes.
Really?
I
Yeah.
thought the server used to do it for you.
They bring you the cheese, or when
They
they bring
bring
you
the
an
cheese.
entree, they'll do pepper.
Mhm.
They'll do they'll ask you, would you like
Yeah.
some pepper in your?
Yeah, and
But on the table, if you want extra, you can't do a grinder.
I know, and I was getting very flustered about it, and so I just said, "No, I don't use napkins." And then that ended up being we use that for scolding hot takes. I know LT1 using all of them, my napkins, my napkin
Oh
take,
yeah, that makes sense.
and he absolutely
That's why
crushed
there's
it.
all those napkin takes.
Yeah, and I used a few too, which I'm happy about. But I don't like napkins at all. I feel like they don't really serve a purpose. They wipe off stuff, but your hands are still dirty, so you might as well just go wash your hands.
So the nasties did come after Trev on this one,
They
but
always do.
I'm gonna defend him.
'Kay.
And so when I go to eat out, I will, if I'm at a restaurant, after I make my order, I go wash my hands. If I don't wash my hands, I luckily do carry a purse. So I have hand sanitizer in my purse and I offer it to all my friends as well. Okay, so we're all good to go.
All good.
After that, I'm gonna have my meal. If it's a burger, I get it cut in half. So I can hold one of the halves, okay? And then I like a clean hand because I don't want my nasty hands on my cup or my martini, okay? And I don't want to touch your germy ass salt, pepper, whatever. I don't want to touch that because I have to wash again.
Yes.
So I have one hand for my foods, there's no contamination, and one for this. And you know what? I don't like to be on my phone during dinner either. I do prefer it on the phone in my purse. But for the sake of we're waiting for someone to come or something, I have the phone out there. What if I need to touch my phone? Gross.
Yes. I couldn't
You come
agree more.
at this, man. Yeah, you have a napkin, of course. Yeah, it's to clean, but you want to keep. You don't take your hand and then go back. That's just contaminating your food.
Yep. I couldn't agree more.
You
You
wanna-
use
and I hate a
your
dirty
one
glass.
hand like a tool.
Yeah.
It's like a apparatus.
Any fingerprints on the
Is that the
glass?
word?
No. You're paying for this drink. You want it to be fabulous.
And there's nothing as a
Fingerprints
server.
on your glass is wrong.
And there's nothing worse. Like, I mean, and I love chicken wings. You can eat a chicken wing with one hand, and people that use two hands. As a bartender, former bartender,
Yeah.
server, I go and grab someone's drink, and it is just covered in hot sauce and chicken wings. And I'm just like, this is the grossest thing I've ever
That's what
touched.
I mean.
And then I go get
Like,
them a new glass,
yeah.
and then they do the exact same thing, and it's just the worst. So I guess I have
Yeah.
that as a reason
Okay,
as well.
Jen, cool. Nothing like eating ribs with one hand. Do you eat ribs with one hand?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna.
Really?
I think we're gonna go for wings tomorrow.
I'll cut it.
You're
like
gonna-
Ribs
this.
though.
Well, yeah.
Ribs are different. They're not wings.
I guess
Wings
they're
you hold
bigger.
one hand. The ribs,
Yeah.
you got to get in there to get going. You do that with one hand?
You know what?
If
I
it's a
don't-
nice tender rib, yeah, you just cut it up, grab
you shred
the.
it.
No, you eating a rib. You got to eat it off the bone.
Yeah, you do. That maybe. You know what? She's right. That's probably the one thing you do have to eat with.
I use it with one hand, and I get made fun of every single time. And next
Okay.
time there's going to be a watch
okay, I
party
have a
that I'm at,
question.
people will be eyeing me down because they're going to watch me eat.
But the ribs is like you are actually going out for ribs. Like I'm putting a napkin in my collar.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna get messy. That's different. That's like a whole new
Okay,
ballpark.
I have a question for this. It's the whole thing. Okay, so you go to dinner, you order an appy. Let's say you get some potato skins. Dinner, your entree, it's fries with burger. Are you washing before you eat both of those meals? Like, are you washing your hands, then going out eating the appy, then washing your hands again, but when the burger comes out and eating the burger?
I think so. Yes,
What-
I would.
You
Yes.
would?
I think it's on timing because if your meal comes where your appy's still there, then probably not because you're just kind of going right into that now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but they touched. You don't know where their hands may have touched the container. And
what container?
well, do you like? I don't know. Like, do you touch the plate?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they might have put stuff on. Like their other person, who knows how much they wash their hands? They're touching the plate. And then if you touch the plate,
They
like
should be washing them very regularly.
Yeah, exactly. I find the place to be hot too. Like I feel like they just can't.
I commit.
okay, but if they come separately, like, hey, the potato skins comes, you guys eat the potato skins, and then you're sitting there, you're talking with everyone,
Yeah.
and then your entree comes. You going up and washing your hands again?
No, but I have sanitizer.
I will every single time.
There, that's fine.
I'll commit to using 2 hands only if I know I'm like, okay, you know what? Screw this. I'll go wash my hands after. Every now and then I will. It's very rare, but sometimes I'll commit. I have to use my 2 hands. But if I do, I'll go wash my hands after.
I do find this
Every
interesting.
single time.
I
can't use
to me,
napkins.
there's a certain amount of germs we all have to deal with.
This is true. Hence the touching the plate, perhaps. But I'm not touching a nasty ass salt
Like
pepper
I
shaker.
never use napkins.
Actually,
Yeah.
I
Never in my life.
Okay, maybe my
Not
thing
once.
is I never
Or the
put
ketchup
salt and pepper
bottles?
on my stuff. Like to me, it should be cooked with it,
It should, but then there are
and I
times
don't
you
want to
need
add
them.
to
Extra.
it. I don't add to
But
it.
what about like the ketchup bottles or like the
Yeah,
barbecue
ketchup,
sauces
yeah.
and stuff? You're also touching that.
Live a little.
And I also see the argument of, well,
I'm
you
pretty
need
healthy.
germs to have like a good immunity, and I understand that, but I don't have good immunity, so I have to be careful.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
It could be.
Too much of a germaphobe.
Yeah,
I don't think you should have
perhaps.
got ripped on for that too much.
I did.
But
But
napkin.
I don't think so either.
I
Yeah,
It's
that
so
just
mean.
took the main focus,
I just feel like-
but it meant that it didn't even
like.
that
Could you
shouldn't
not
even
use a
brought up.
napkin, wipe it off, then take like a white hand sanitizer to wipe it if you need to do something, and then jump back in?
No, I won't. I can't.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I have nothing against wet naps. I'll always use wet naps if they're there.
Yeah, wet naps are great.
My pleasure. I'll use them.
Good to know.
Yes.
This is good to know.
Yes, Maddie. Thank you. So I'm okay.
I teach their own.
You're
type
so
thing.
supportive.
Teach their own. I'm
Thank
not
you.
a Smitty the welder out there who's going to rip people for different things.
Yes,
That is their own people.
he
Yeah.
does get a little.
He's
Needed.
He's this close to
Heated.
being muted on the Hangout.
Oh.
Oh well,
That's
there's what is it? They have like a hashtag on Jay and Reed's show for them.
Hashtag almost timed out.
So, rumor. This is a rumor. There is absolutely no merit to this, but I did read this on Twitter, and there's a rumor that Quinn Hughes is dating Sabrina Carpenter.
There's no chance. She just broke up with Barry,
I didn't even know that.
Sabrina.
Who's Barry?
her boyfriend.
Who's okay?
It starts with a K.
Sabrina Carpenter?
I think
Yeah,
she
apparently
sings
he
the
cheated
Espresso
on
song,
her.
right?
Yeah, Espresso. Barry Keegan or whatever.
Oh, that guy is interesting looking.
They
by
were
the way.
dating for a
Yeah.
long time. It came out recently that maybe they broke up.
Oh.
Then there was reports that maybe he had an affair with an influencer. It was
Oh.
rumored to have been Brecky Hill, but because then she was amplifying the stuff. But then in the end, she's like, it wasn't me. But apparently he may have cheated on Sabrina Carpenter. But I don't feel like that was that long ago.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
I don't think Sabrina Carpenter and Quinn Hughes would already be together.
Quinn Hughes.
How would she meet him?
That's the thing. It's
She just
a
did a
brand new
full
rumor.
thing. Well, yeah, okay. Well, this is from
Do you see it?
Ryan, Ryann, which is at Orange Juice on Twitter. Rumors, pop star Sabrina Carpenter and Canucks captain Quinn Hughes have been quietly going out per multiple sources. I don't see how I'd be surprised by that.
I'd be surprised that because of the personality.
Well, she's also just was on a tour and stuff, so I don't know where she would have met Quinn Hughes.
I mean, Vancouver is
Hockey
a luxury
players.
city.
But she's on tour.
Superstars go there.
Yeah.
She's on tour. So how is she going to Vancouver to meet Quinn Hughes? And he's busy with his hockey. I don't see how that would be fully popular.
I'm
We'll
not gonna
find
lie, Sabrina Carpenter, she's a singer.
Yes.
Would I know some of her songs?
Espresso.
That espresso. That na. It's like on everybody's Instagram.
You would have seen some of the
'Cause
images.
she doesn't look
of her.
familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
I
saw
don't
some
know
of,
many of her
if you
songs
saw
either.
some of her concert pictures, you'd maybe know.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can get this.
Quinn Hughes.
Yeah, there you go. You
Okay,
hear this?
I've heard this,
Yes.
I've heard this, yeah.
It's on everybody's
So that's her.
Instagram filter song.
Quinn
And there's
Hughes.
beef with her and Olivia Rodrigo, and
Mhm.
Good for
Tommy knows
you.
about it.
Good for
Does he know
you,
that
Quinn.
one?
I don't know. You guys were talking about it one day, and
I know that
sat here
beef.
quietly because I didn't know.
That'd be Quinn.
Spring concert. Yeah, but I don't know if there's.
That'd be cool though. Maybe like to bring that to hockey.
Hockey players,
Yeah.
let's go. Yeah.
Get
Show me
her
that.
fans loving
Okay,
hockey,
yes,
like the
I've seen that.
Swifties love NFL. That'd be cool.
Well, she's a massive star right now.
Yeah.
Straight up,
True.
she 100% is. She's not fully at the level of Taylor Swift or something. But if you're looking as a league, like who would be the nice one, somebody to have that's connected, that is a star
That'd be a
in
good
her own world. Sabrina Carpenter would be one of those.
Yep. Well,
Straight up.
There you go. That'd be Quinn.
I just don't see
Quinn.
it. I just don't
Make
see
us
it.
proud.
Quinn looks sad all the time.
He is. Like, I don't know how that would work.
Maybe he'll be happy
he
now.
is. So he's got such a dry
Yeah, he's a
sense
sad
of humor.
Maybe
His
because
post-game
he's,
smiling.
interviews.
he
are
was
just
missing something. And Sabrina Carpenter is that missing piece.
He's
It's
just
just
smiling more.
a lot more bubbly.
I would like that actually. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
It would be.
Team Olivia for me.
This was last week. Greg Wyshynski on your guys' show said it's degrading to do the handshake line after a series loss. And I really wanted to get into this last week, but
yeah, I
we had
heard
a
that.
lot of topics. Yeah, and I was quite surprised. I was like, is this guy looking for clickbait or he tripping?
Yeah. Okay. So I was taken back. Like if I'm happy my face wasn't on the, I wasn't being shown because I was like, what a terrible take that is. Well, that's just so dumb. Like it's tradition. It's hockey tradition. I think it's cool. I'm so for it. It's something that the first thing you do in hockey from, initiation to now it's like U16, U18, whatever you want to call it. It was the handshake line. That was something you've always done. And I feel like that is more so just being a part of the game, but like it shows you to be, a good game. It shows respect. It's like a respect thing. And I feel like that is something that's more so on the ice and just in real life as well. So I was so for it. I always am so for it. When people don't shake hands, when Jordan finally beat Isaiah Thomas and they went off, that was just like, wow, sore losers. And you never want to be a sore loser. And so that's all that shows is if you don't do that, you are an absolute sore loser. And it's ridiculous. So that's my takes on it. And it's tradition. It's been in the game forever. It should always be in the game. And then that's my take. So I was blown. I was so taken back by that. Maddie, I don't think you're going to agree with me though.
No, I understand everything you're saying, but I never thought of it. I also got where he was coming from to a degree where it's like, yeah, I just went through a best of 7. I got destroyed. Some probably at times terrible things said between the two, and I got to go now shake their hands and like. I don't know if I'd make it mandatory.
Yeah, it's just an optional.
I think if you want to line up and you want to shake hands, go shake hands. If you want to walk off, go walk off. But you're also going to take heat for that. You're going to get ripped for that, like Isaiah Thomas, and you're going to be called a poor, sore loser.
Yes.
And you're going to have to deal with that. But I think that
just
should
looks
be
so
like,
bad.
go do it. If that's what you want to do, go do that.
Part of being a leader is just kudos to your opponent for winning. Like I feel like if you asked any captain in hockey, like, hey, should we go shake hands? Yes, it's tradition, it's respect. We've always done it. They would do it for us, so we're gonna do it. We're, if you're a captain on a team and you want your teammates to follow you, and you're just like, no, we're not gonna do it. Like, I would not want to be in the same room as that captain and be like, no, like that's terrible. Like, we got to show respect.
I think it's maybe the mandatory part. That's the only issue I have.
Yeah, that it is.
Because they do, look, Josh Allen goes sees Lamar Jackson after that game, and they meet. The coaches always go meet in football.
Class.
Players in football, they go meet. Basketball players often after games, they're going around,
Even
giving each other
jerseys,
stuff.
swap jerseys for
Soccer
goodness.
jersey. Like it happens in sports. So like I think it would still happen. Maybe it's just why are you doing the full line?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Making it mandatory. Just go on the ice and go shake hands.
First of all, it should be mandatory. Mandatory is such a bad word to use for this. You should be doing it because it's sportsmanlike. At the end of the day, what does everybody say? It's a game, and you have to be a good role model.
Yeah.
You have to show that there's respect for one another, and there has to be one winner. Okay, and you didn't make it, and it's okay to go through the line, and like maybe you don't like that one player and you don't want to shake their hand. That's fine, but you still do the line.
Okay, but why doesn't hockey do more after, like, why when the Oilers Caps tonight, don't they meet each other and shake hands?
It's a regular season game.
Yeah, but NBA does it. NFL does it after every single regular season game. Soccer does it after every single regular season game. So why isn't hockey doing it during the regular season?
I don't know. I think like
Why don't players after like when the Oilers are all hugging? Why don't some Caps stay out there and the Oilers go and shake hands? Why doesn't McDavid go up to Ovi and be like, "Hey, good game"? Why doesn't hockey do good gamesmanship throughout the regular season when other sports do it throughout the regular season?
I feel like hockey, it's way different. You can't really compare the two sports because hockey players also, they're composed, and that's just something that's always been in hockey tradition. You're never gonna, because that's not how hockey
But you
players
can't go
are.
have good gamesmanship.
I would
after a
like to
game?
see that. I think that would be wonderful.
It's
a good question.
I'm not saying handshake line, but couldn't you
No,
go up
handshake
to
line. Yeah, like,
go up
what's
to the
up?
team and be like, hey, good effort
Pound
tonight,
it.
whatever,
Yeah. No,
whatever it is.
yeah.
No, hockey players, it's immediately you lose. Whoever loses tonight goes right to the room.
This is true.
There's nothing else. We don't do any sort of good gamesmanship.
So that's the culture.
That's hockey culture. That's never going to change. That's how it's been, and same with the line for playoffs.
Well, I'll just say then so the hockey doesn't have the greatest sportsmanship. They only do it once at the end of a series. They don't do it after every game, where other sports do it all the time. Baseball does not. Baseball
I would like to see that.
But NFL, football does it all the time. Basketball does it all the time. Soccer does it all the time. All the time.
But then who's going to break that culture? That's
just
again
saying.
hockey. That's just the way it is. Yeah, like dry tonight after we beat OV, which we should do predictions soon.
Go up and whoever it does, go up and just take.
Yeah, sup. Yeah.
Good game.
Sup, side hug.
Walk away.
Yeah.
Skate away.
Yeah.
Get on the ice and start doing that.
Say a couple things,
Let's get good sportsmanship across the board.
I would love that.
But that's more like I just that.
But who's going to do that?
I don't think
Maybe down the line.
I don't know, but I just think hockey, it's way different. You don't pay your respect doing that in hockey. And that's why it's so cool seeing it in playoffs, because you go against these people. It's you can't stand them, but at the end of the day, you know what? I do respect you, and I'm going to shake your hand when, it's all said and done. I don't think that needs to be after every single
good
game.
Sportsmanship should
Like
only come after a series.
Yeah, I mean, I guess hockey's doing
That's
it.
what, because you're saying the shaking of the hands is for good sportsmanship. Show that you're a good, good loser and all of that. So during the regular season,
it would just be pointless. That's
cool.
what I'd say.
Yeah,
I
right
say it's
on.
pointless. I think it's pointless
waste
in
time.
basketball. I think it's pointless in football after one game.
A game's a game. It's a sportsmanship. Anthony's saying they do it after shinny. You shake hands after shinny. We do it in other levels. Edmonton Sport and Social Club, did you ever go up and shake hands with the other team after every game?
Yeah,
That's good,
I hated
good
it, but I
sportsmanship.
didn't.
I know you did it. So that's where maybe hockey should start. Instead of getting rid of the handshake line, we need to do more of it.
Just be quiet.
No,
it's fine in the
Go
playoffs.
more of it. Go add more. Do it after. Do more.
No, it's 'cause
that would be so
camaraderie.
silly.
They know what you
I'd
want.
be so against
You
that.
want the same
So
thing.
you'd be against good sportsmanship. If the Oilers lost tonight and they went up to the Caps and gave
I
them
feel like that is stupid. They don't have to do that.
So why can't Greg Wyshynski say it's stupid after a best of 7 series?
I don't think there should be a handshake line.
Because
there certainly
that's how
can be a
hockey's
what's
always
up.
been.
But
I don't think-
traditions change.
They do, I hope.
Yeah, but to what extent? What someone would have to make a ruckus about it. I don't think.
But
that
if
needs-
someone actually goes up and shakes the other team's hand after tonight, you're going to call them, say that that's wrong?
I wouldn't, but I know their
Even though
teammates probably would. I know
that
Connor
there's good
McDavid.
sportsmanship at that point.
I know all the captains in the league would be like, "Don't do that. We only do that in playoffs."
You know what? I don't know if it's televised, but I wonder if some teams do go say what's up to
There are some
McDavid.
players that go after the game, and if they know somebody on the other team, they'll maybe
Yeah,
wait
and
on the
next
bus
thing
to have a
you-
chat.
And I think that's another thing.
Wait
Like
to that.
hockey players, I feel like in any other sport, or for the most part, the most humble players in the
Well,
I
world.
love that.
They
And that
say
is so cool.
They give the least amount of sportsmanship after a game.
Rip City.
That's because
I
you don't
gotta
need
read
to in a
this.
regular season game. But when
Rip-
sorry.
Bouchard tried to shake Meyer's hand after the game. And look what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
We got to wrap up the hangout here.
Predictions.
Lock shop. Okay, I'll give you guys a chance. Predictions.
Predictions.
Caps.
I'm gonna go 4-2. Oilers win.
Empty netter or no?
No empty netter.
Okay.
No empty netter.
I like that. I'm going to go 4-3. Definitely a Draisaitl goal in there.
Lock shop. Dusty and Huss up next. We got two guys in the goalie. EST afternoons. Reed Wilkins show with JML. GCL. These are Ulstrom pre and post game shows tonight. Tommy and Hernan will get you set for Oilers and Capitals. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to the EST Hangout. Thanks to Trev for jumping on.
Thanks for
Jasmine,
having
you're
me,
back
Maddie.
tomorrow.
I am back tomorrow. I'm going on a date with Ashley Mumford tonight. We're both going to the game.
On behalf of Trev, Jasmine, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning into the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage live on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. As I said, Lock Shop coming up in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First time guest,
longtime listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today,